championship in any sport. Good morning from Gainbridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Indiana Fever and Indiana Pacers. It's time now for Orleans Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98.7, Mix 95.3, and 96.9 WKLO, as well as streaming live on WSEZ987.com, WUME953.com, or WKLO969.com, or just ask your Alexa device to play any of our three stations. I'm Dave Dedrick, along with David Deaton, and the Orleans Bulldogs are one win away from the dream every basketball player has in the state of Indiana, and that's being a state champion. David, for the Orleans Bulldogs, though, they have answered all the challenges this postseason, but they still have one more big one ahead of them today in the Clinton Prairie Gophers.
Yeah, that's right. One more step, and then you're a state champion if you can get through this one. And so far, the Bulldogs have played a tremendous amount of good teams in this tournament. Obviously, the sectional, you had to get through a tough Lagodi team on their home court in the semifinals after beating Medora. Hello, Commissioner. As the team was able to get to the championship there, finally get over that sectional title hump and beat North Davies, and then you follow that up with a Christian Academy team that wasn't ranked but could have easily been a top 10 team in Class A. And then last week, the top two teams in the state of Indiana in Class A, Hauser number 2, Clay City number 1. They've cleared all of those hurdles so far, and now you get the number 3 team in the state in Class A, and the Clinton Prairie Gophers, who are also here for the first time. So it's an exciting day and an exciting matchup for this Bulldog team.
Both communities have come out in full force today to back their teams. Both are red and black, a lot of common there. Both are very good teams. And for the Bulldogs, David, another team that they will face has some length, some speed, and also some excellent outside shooting.
That they do, and they shoot the ball at a high level. They're 51% shooting team from the floor, so they can flat out knock it down 37% as a team, so they're excellent on the perimeter, of course, and they're them as their 6'5" senior guard, Jake McGraw. He is the 5th of 5 boys in his family. He got to play with his older brother when he was a freshman. His older brother was a senior that year at Clinton Prairie. So there's a tradition with the McGraw family up there. Jake averages 23 points, 8 rebounds, 4.5 assists, leads the team in all those categories. And then you got Alex Farley, who transferred from nearby Frankfort High School. Farley is averaging 16 points. He's a 47% shooter from the outside. So those two guys are certainly at the top of the list. But then you have Ryan Harshbarger at 6'3" and a senior. He has a twin on the roster, Kyle, as well. But Ryan averages just under 10 points, shoots 43% from the outside. They play a zone defense, kind of a 3-2 look that they like to show teams, and they have the length to be able to play that kind of zone. So they certainly present some challenges to the Bulldogs, not just offensively, but defensively as well.
Take a look at these two teams by the tail of the tape, so to speak. Clinton Prairie comes in number 30 in the state, averaging 66 points per ball game. Defensively, number 24 in the state at 43.7. Their winning margin, though, is excellent at number 6 at 22.3. But the Dogs, again, remember that lockdown defense, that is their trademark. Number 5 in the state, only giving up 39.8. And their margin of victory is number 28 in the state at 16.2. So the Dogs, as always, they say defense wins championships. Today we're going to find out.
Yeah, we certainly will. And obviously, we know last week the Dogs gave up 67 points to an excellent Hauser team. It was one of the best scoring teams in the state. So Orleans did show, hey, if we get into a shootout, we can play that way. But obviously, Coach Bradley seemed to want to be more controlled, disciplined. They want to make this a half-court game, and they want their defense to set the terms for them. And so that's what they're going to lean on today, as they have throughout the entirety of the tournament as well. And so they will definitely be looking forward to this opportunity to try to slow down this Clinton Prairie team, similar to what they saw with Hauser last week, maybe a little bit of Clay City with the length as well. So the Bulldogs, sure, they'll be locked in, they'll be ready to go, and they'll be ready to match up with a very good team in Clinton Prairie.
Had a chance to talk with head coach Tom Bradley, the Orleans Bulldogs. David had an opportunity to visit with head coach Chad Peckinpah of Clinton Prairie. We'll get their thoughts on today's state championship game. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball, a Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7, and 96.9 WKLO.
Orleans Auto Value Parts emphasizes the importance of maintaining your current vehicle amidst rising new car prices. They are your local auto value dealer offering affordable, high-quality auto parts with reliable service. They stock Deca and Interstate batteries, custom-make hoses, and provide paint mixing services to match any vehicle color on the road. Visit them at 153 West Washington Street in Orleans or reach out by phone at 812-865-4444.
Turn your dining experience into a fiesta at El Compadre, the heart of flavor and fun. Open Monday through Thursday and Sundays from 11 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturdays from 11 to 10 p.m. Craving something special? Try one of our mouth-watering entrees that will make your taste buds salsa. And for the ultimate party starter, sip on the best margarita around. Visit one of our 5 locations, Paoli at 300 East Main Street, West Baden, Mitchell, Orleans, Bedford, and coming soon, Palmyra. El Compadre, where the flavor is as bold as the fun.
We continue along with our state final pregame show here on Mix 95.3, 96.9 WKLO, and Gold 98.7 WSEZ. And joining us now is the head coach of the Clinton Prairie Gophers, Chad Peckinpah, as his Gophers get ready to take on the Orleans Bulldogs in the Class A state championship game. And we'll get to that matchup here in just a few moments with Coach Peckinpah. But, Coach, first of all, for our audience who may not be familiar with you and your background, what is your background in coaching and in basketball?
I'm an Indiana guy. Played at McCutcheon High School. My father was the longtime head coach there at McCutcheon. So played high school for him, went on to continue to play in college at Eastern Illinois, came back home and was on my father's coaching staff for about 12, 13 years. Job opened up at Clinton Prairie about 6 years ago. I applied for that, and I've been here ever since. So 6 years as the head coach at Clinton Prairie.
Well, and of course, Coach, you all being up and around the Lafayette, Frankfort area, you all have a pretty prime location there close to Purdue University. So what's it like? Kind of describe the community that is Clinton Prairie.
Yeah, I mean, we're a small town. Like I said, we're right here kind of outskirts of Frankfort area. So we're not a huge school, but, you know, Orleans can kind of relate to kind of that setup and who we are. But the good thing is, like I said, we do pull a lot of following here from Frankfort, and have a background in the Lafayette area. We're hearing from a lot of people and fans from that area as well. So it's been tremendous to see our community support, and the way they've come out and kind of rallied around this team has been pretty overwhelming.
Well, from what I've read, Coach, it seems like you all were in a sectional championship game last year, finished runner-up, and now here you are, sectional champions for the first time in more than 4 decades, and here you are also now playing for a state final. So what was it about last season that seemed to motivate the guys who came back this year?
Well, I think that was the big thing is we had a good, strong nucleus coming back from guys that had not only last year but the 2 years before, and really kind of since I've been here, we've been knocking on that door. And with those guys coming back that are now seniors, have been playing for 3-4 years, had the ultimate goal to finally cross that off the list and get that done. Like you said, it was 1982, the last time our school had experienced that sectional title, and these guys just kind of went to work and put that at the forefront of everything we did, and they were get that finished up this year.
Well, and it's been a special run, no question about it, winning sectional, regional, and semi-state for you all. And so what's this road been like for you guys as you've gone through each round of the tournament?
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, right? So it's gone by quick, but, sectionals and regionals seem like it was a while ago, too. So for me, I give our kids a ton of credit. They've done a great job of getting prepared every week, following game plans as they have changed every week, and being focused. But they've also done a good job of really kind of enjoying the moment, enjoying the process, understanding this is something that they're going to remember and recall for the rest of their lives, and they've really kind of embraced this whole process, from sectionals up until now.
Well, and interesting, Coach, you talk about your senior class, and, of course, it seems like you lean pretty heavily on this senior class as well, and rightfully so. As you look at your team, who do you look to for leadership on this team, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, we got 3 captains that are seniors between Jake McGraw, Ryan Harshbarger, and Alex Farley. Those guys have really led our team in a number of different ways, not only kind of on the floor and, scoring and rebounding, but off the floor and in our practices. We've always kind of said that, the best teams out there are typically player-led, and those guys have really kind of embodied that vision of our team and led us, in anything and everything we do.
And as far as the X's and O's are concerned, offensively, defensively, what do you all like to do out on the floor night to night?
Yeah, I mean, we play a little bit of different style and do different things. We kind of like to be aggressive and assertive on both ends. You'll see a little bit of different defense from us when you watch us play and stuff like that. But it's all about playing hard and playing the right way, and we'll try to take away some things from our opponent the best we can. But our guys have really bought into just playing hard and competing night in and night out.
Well, and of course, Coach, you did take on a top 10 team in Couts to win that semi-state championship. Of course, you beat a good Triton team prior to that last week. But when you beat Couts and you win that game, the buzzer sounds, the students storm the floor. I mean, what's the feeling for you all at that point?
Yeah, you're just overjoyed, right? Because you, as a coach, you're around the kids, 24/7. You talk about going all the way back to summer now because you can have the summer interaction and the summer practices. So it becomes a long haul. It becomes a long season. But being with them, how hard they work, how much time they put in, how dedicated they have been. So being a coach, I played through semi-state, and I was a assistant coach with my father in 2016 when we went to the state finals. So you kind of been through it, but when you get to see your kids kind of experience that moment and the smiles on their face, that's why you do it.
Well, you talk about the support that you've had not just from your community but from surrounding communities as well. So what has this week been like for you all in getting ready for the state finals? Yeah,
I mean, we've had a lot of opportunity. We went and practice at Mackey Arena, so where Purdue plays. We got to go do that. Obviously, going down and practicing on the floor where the Pacers were playing the night before. Again, those are things that kids will remember forever and got to enjoy. But I think, too, you talk about the overwhelming number of people that have reached out saying, hey, what can we do to help? Super proud of you guys. Love this team. It's in a small-town community. Again, you're seeing signs go up all over town. Hey, go Gophers, good luck at state. So just everybody, like I said, has kind of embraced our team and followed, and the outreach has been tremendous.
Well, with all the pageantry and support, Coach, there is a game that is involved in all of this, too, in the state final. Orleans, your opponent, as you've had a chance to scout the Bulldogs this week. What stands out to you about Orleans, Coach?
Yeah, just the way they play. I mean, they're obviously a tough team. They're a disciplined team. They're well coached. They got some skilled players there on the perimeter that we got to make sure we find and have to worry about. So, and just their fight, man. You talk about them going through a tough semi-state, beating two tough teams, but in those games they were down a little bit and they continued to fight and battle and found a way to win. So it's impressive watching them play. Like I said, they're very good at what they do, and we expect a tough game on Saturday.
And if there are one or two things that your team really has to do well, you mentioned trying to keep the perimeter contained, but what else do you have to do if you're going to be state champions on Saturday?
Yeah, so we got to worry about a couple things that they do, and the big thing we've kind of done is really kind of focus on who we are as well. We got to be able to execute on both ends of the floor at a high level. We can't settle for things. We can't take plays off, like I said, because there's no doubt Orleans is going to fight from start to finish, and they're going to be ready to go. Like I said, their coach does a great job in getting prepared. Obviously, he has a long record of success. He's got over 400 wins under his belt, so. Like I said, we know they're going to come in ready to go, and we got to make sure we are as well, which, I'm pretty sure our kids will be ready to go. Health-wise, everybody available, ready to go for the state championship game, Coach? Yep. Yeah, we're as healthy as anybody is at this point in the year, right? So, like I said, it's a long season, but, we have everybody available, and everybody's ready to play. Sounds great. Coach Peckinpah, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Gophers have a good game with Orleans in the Class A state championship game. All right, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. All right, no problem. Chad Peckinpah joining us, Clinton Prairie head coach here in our state final pregame show. Stay tuned. We've got the interview with Coach Bradley and Dave Dedrick coming up after the break as you're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Class A state championship on 96.9 WKLO, Gold 98.7, and Mix 95.3.
From the court to the countryside, make your next big win a trip to French Lick. Whether you're celebrating victory or just need a timeout, French Lick has you covered. World-class resorts, legendary history, cozy cabins, and family fun all year long. Don't just play hard, relax hard. Go to visit FrenchLickWestBaden.com and plan your next getaway today. Best of luck to the Orleans Bulldogs as they bring home a state championship. You got the entire community behind you.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
As our state pregame show continues with the Orleans Bulldogs, head coach Tom Bradley joins us now as Orleans gets set to take on Clinton Prairie in this Class A state championship matchup from Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Tip-off coming your way here in just a few minutes. Before the Dogs, though, get out on the floor ready to play officially. Coach, what kind of start like we did last week when we went to the semi-state? What's this week been like for your ball club?
It's been a busy week. We were up here at Gamebridge Monday and went through a lot of long meetings and so forth, kind of getting familiar with the territory of where we're at, especially with us being the first time there. I think that really helped us, and so we got to do that on Monday morning and throughout the day, and then we actually had a kind of a regular day on Tuesday where we got to come home. We were home and got to practice and so forth, and had a meal in Paoli at the Paoli Country Club that some people provided for us, and then Wednesday we had a regular day in terms of practice, but we had our tailgate party downtown with it was everybody kind of brought food, and it was a share thing. You just walked around and got what you want. So that was really, really neat. And yesterday we were up Thursday we were up practicing up here at Gamebridge and got to do that. And the kids' first time being there really enjoyed that. So practice on Friday, getting ready for our game coming up. So there you go.
I was going to say, you didn't mention practice a lot, Coach, but did you get a lot done?
Well, yeah, we got a lot done. We went pretty good the first couple of days there of making sure we drilled into what we wanted to do, and it's been just a repeat every day because we hadn't seen them before, obviously, and so this was a team that we had to learn about their offense. And once we did that, that was obviously my job. Then we got to go on how we're going to defend it, and then the defense that they play is a little bit different. So we just have done that. So we have just every day hit those two things along with our shooting, just to get ourselves familiar with them and how we're going to attack and how we're going to defend.
Coach, is it a fine line that you have to walk, the fact that we want to enjoy this, but yet there is a job to be done?
There is a job to be done, and the kids have been really good and focused when they got on the court. They're not a bunch of rambunctious kids. They're kind of laid back. This team is, and they may be impressed with some of the things that they got to see so forth, but they didn't really show it. They're just seems like they just know that there's a business at hand, and that's what we're here for.
Well, Gamebridge is a basketball arena, Coach. Did your guys like the shooting as far as the background and the atmosphere?
I think so. When we got there, they were still on the Pacer court, so it was a little extra length into that, and we were doing some few things up and down the court, and they mentioned something about that. Said, "My gosh, it's a long way down here." But I think so. We spent the whole time. You get 55 minutes, and I think 45 of that 50 we just shot and kind of got used to the surroundings.
All right, Coach, let's talk about your foe today in Clinton Prairie. What is your scouting report here on the Gophers?
They're really good. Again, seems like we've said that the last few times of the teams we played, but they're bigger than us a little bit. Not 6'6" big, not two of those like we've faced before, but 6'5", 6'4", 6'3s. They are on a roll right now in terms of a winning streak, and really, I think they've lost 2 games the entire season, and they won their first, sectional since certain time, but then the first regional that they'd ever won, and so they're really excited to get up here and play as well. In terms of personnel, they got McGraw boy who's averaging 23, a Farley kid who's averaging I think 16, and they throw in some other guys just like we do with our top scorers. Like to get up and down the floor. Their bigs can handle the basketball really well and shoot the three really well. That's one thing that this team does. They have certain people that can really knock down shots from the outside. And from other ones that we've seen, there's some that don't take near as many shots. But the McGraw kid, I think he's the last of 5 brothers, from what I understand. He was speaking that we got to talk to him, and all of them have been really good, and I think it just continued on with him. And so he's going to be a guy that we're going to have to really, really pay attention to.
You mentioned their defense, Coach, a little bit different. What will you see out of them today? They
like to play a lot of 3-2, and they're really good at it because I think that's what they play all the time. Every tape I've seen, they play 3-2, and they put the McGraw boy that's 6'5" up on the top, which obviously you can see the benefit of that if you're their team. And so they just do a really nice job of taking away passing lanes, and so makes it difficult to attack the post and so forth. But we've had success here recently with what we've been doing in practice of being able to get the ball inside, and the kids are understanding that this is probably what we're going to see, and so most everything else we've seen. We haven't seen much of this, so I think if they throw something else at us, we'll know what to do, but we want to make sure we're really prepared for this.
Coach, a team you can match up and play man with?
Yeah, we can play man with them. They shoot the ball really well, like to drive it hard and so forth. And, we talk about this, David. It's hard to understand exactly how good they are offensively because you don't know how good the defense is playing against them is. And so it looks like we're going to have it tough in terms of being able to stop them. But to slow them down, I think we match up pretty well. Besides size-wise, I think we're pretty good at that.
Bottom line, Coach, what our team got to do to cut down the nets one more time today?
Well, they're averaging like 68 points a game, and that's going to be a big thing. Is can we slow them down like we hope we can? And I think we can do that. The other end of it, they're really doing a really nice job of playing defense with that zone. So if we are patient enough with what we're going to do and what we're thinking we're going to do in terms of our offensive attack and only take those good shots, that's one big thing that we need to do. We need to get the ball off the glass, and we need to go really hard down the floor. They're kind of like us. They only play about 6 guys. But I think we can get it out and run a little bit on them. And then obviously shoot the ball well. I mean, we have to shoot the ball well. But one of the main things, Dave, and probably the number one thing is we got to rebound. They got some guys that really go to the glass hard, and I think the biggest key for us is we got to make sure that we take care of the glass.
Lineup for your Dogs today?
Same as we have been. Been the same all the way through. That's odd, that happens, but we've been fortunate there with we got Bryson Ryland and Nate at the guards and Nolan at a wing, and then also Alex inside.
And then off your bench?
Off the bench, Kagan will play early on there. Mason play. We're trying to. We may need everybody in this one. It's just one of those things where we want to keep fresh bodies on the court.
Everybody healthy, ready to go?
Yeah. Well, they're excited. Yeah. They're really excited, and been a good week for us, and we're looking forward to it. It's about here.
Yeah. Coach Bradley, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Head Coach Tom Bradley, the Orleans Bulldogs. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3 and 96.9 WKLO.
Kirby Hardware has been helping the residents of Orleans keep their homes and farms running smoothly since 1953. Kirby Hardware carries a full line of GE appliances, hardware items, household items, lawn and garden supplies, paint, and a full line of plumbing, all with the knowledge to get you what you need to do the job right the first time. Kirby Hardware open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 till 2. Phone them at 812-865-2510. Kirby Hardware at 206 East Jefferson Street.
Well, the lineup's being introduced here inside Gaybridge Fieldhouse for the Class A state final. And let's take a look at today's starters. First for the Class A, number 3, Clinton Prairie Gophers, 26-2, averaging 66 points, giving up 43.7 per game. They will go with Alex Farley in the backcourt, 6'2 senior at guard, 16.4 points per game. Ryan Harshbarger will be another guard, a 6'3 senior, averaging 9.6 points per game. And then on the front court, you'll have Nick Ewing, a 6-foot junior, 1.6 points per game. Nick Curtin, a 6'4 junior, 7.2 points per game is the other forward. And the third guard, Jake McGraw, the 6'5 senior, averaging 23 points per game. Clinton Prairie in the road black uniforms, red letters and numbers with the red trim. Their head coach, Chad Peckinpah's in his 6th year. Their record with them, 110-33. For Orleans, number 4 in Class A, 24-4, averaging 56 points, allowing 39.8. We'll go with their normal lineup today. In the front court, Nolan Robbins, 6'2 and a junior, 3.1 points per game. Nate Brown, the other forward, the 6'3 junior, 6.6 points per game. And the middle at center, Alex DeWitt, the 6'3 junior, averaging 14 points per game. In the backcourt, Ryland Crocker, the 6'1 senior, the team's leading scorer, averaging 16 points per game. And Bryce Jones, the 6'1 senior, averaging 10.2 points per game. The Bulldogs head coach Tom Bradley in his 26th year. Their record with them, 424-211. The Bulldogs in their home white uniforms, black letters, red numbers, black and red trim around the jersey. And we are ready to get started. And to bring us through this Class A state championship game, here is Dave Dedrick.
It'll be Nick Curtin along with Alex DeWitt to get things started on this championship Saturday at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Class A state championship on the line between the Orleans Bulldogs and the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Glad you could join us on this Saturday morning. Excitement at a peak level here for both of these two schools as the official approaches the center circle, and we're underway. Tip controlled by DeWitt, double tap, comes right in front of us, saved nicely on the sideline by Crocker, and Bryce Jones will have it first, taking a look at that 3-2 zone. And again, this length is going to be something that the Dogs will deal with all day long. Brown to the left of the key to Jones in the corner left side. Bryce on the double team down low in the lane. Robbins back out to Jones, fakes three, gets it into the arc. Around top of the key to Robbins to Crocker, right side to Brown. Dogs working the perimeter, got to get it in the middle. Bryce kick it out to Robbins, fakes a shot, doesn't take it, steps through the defense, kick it out front to Bryce Jones. Dogs going to be very patient again, like we've seen last week in that semi-state. If they don't have something early, they will work the ball to get a good shot. Nate Brown used up the dribble, left of the elbow, trying to post up down low to Robbins. Instead, gives it out front. Here's DeWitt driving baseline, pull up 10-footer off the glass and good. And the Dogs are up 2-0 in this state championship game. As Clinton Prairie will get their first crack at it here as Alex Farley, the point guard, will bring it up against the Dogs man-to-man. Farley with the left-handed dribble to the free throw line, jump pass to McGraw. McGraw takes it down the lane, stops, now pump fake, shot up off the glass and good. Nice one-on-one move by Jake McGraw.
Yeah, he did a great job head faking, getting himself down to the paint. That's going to be the challenge for Orleans, trying to keep him out of the lane today.
On the left side, Robbins tied 2-2. Dogs second possession of this ball game. Crocker to the right of the key, working into the corner to Brown. Brown bounce past DeWitt down in the lane. A little 5-footer up and good. And DeWitt, 2 out of 2. Alex off to a great start. He has been playing exceptionally well since that regional game against Christian Academy. Out front, Farley between the circles on the dribble. Work the right side to Curtin. Give it off to Harshbarger. Harshbarger, he has a twin brother, Kyle, who doesn't play a lot but is on the team. On the left side, working as Curtin around the perimeter. Bring it Farley on the right side to Ewing. Down the lane, driving his Curtin, bobbled it, got it back, fakes up and under, and he took a walk.
Yeah.
Good defense by Alex DeWitt.
That's just good old walling up there. Did a great job, Alex, trying to force him into a tough spot. He didn't quite have his feet under him, and Alex was able to force him into that travel to shuffle the feet, and the Dogs getting a big turnover early.
Dogs lead it 4-2, looking to build on that lead here. Crocker double teamed out high to Brown to the left of the key against the 3-2. Brown inside the arc, backs it out with the dribble. Give it up out front to Crocker. Down inside the arc, pulls it back out with the dribble. Double team out front wherever possible. Bounce pass here, one-on-one move to win again left side. And Alex 3 for 3 from the field. And the Dogs lead at 6-2 as Orleans has found something early, David, down in that low post.
So they've been going to Alex in these games early sometimes. He's gotten them going, and that's exactly what he's doing here early on. So good to see Orleans playing inside out.
Dogs stay in that half-court man-to-man defense. Ewing between the circles, left side to Curtin, working on the wing. Harshbarger out front to Farley. Around the perimeter, passing. Ewing has it. They'll back off of him. He's really not a threat to shoot, so that's one of the guys they can lay off. Working left side, Curtin launches three. It makes it rather Farley right in front of the Bulldogs bench, up and good. And it makes it now a 6-5 ball game. As Clinton Prairie, a couple of those players have bleached blonde their hair, and that seems to be the trend that got them going in this postseason play. Out high, Brown against that 3-2 to Jones to the left of the key. Into the corner, Crocker drives on the baseline. Ryland pulls it out. His pass is tipped, knocked away, stolen by McGrew out front. McGraw going to drive all the way in, missed the layup. No good, some contact. Rebound pulled out of there, though, by Bryce Jones. Here come the Dogs on the run. Crocker to the left of the key, back to Jones. To Brown around the perimeter, going to slow it up. Bounce pass, claps this time on DeWitt, skipping over to the left side to Crocker. Crocker works on the left side, picked up by Farley into the double team. Curtin knocked the ball away, and it goes off the hands of Crocker out of bounds. It'll be Clinton Prairie basketball.
Ryland got caught up in the double team, trying to take it baseline, be aggressive, but he didn't turn around, and by the time he was about to, there was already another defender there as the Gophers go to the bench here early as Ewing comes out of the contest, and it looks like we have a first appearance today for Smock. So first time we're seeing him.
Now, he has started some games, so he's used to playing a lot of critical minutes in a ball game. He has it to the left of the key, guarded by Jones. Give it up out front, driving is Farley to the free throw line, cut off by Jones, backs his way in, pump fake, now spins back to the left, put it up at the left hand, no good. Bryce Jones, a nice block out, has the rebound. Crocker down the right sideline, slows things up in the half court, give it off to Jones. 4:01 to go here. Played half of this first quarter. Dogs lead it by 1. Brown fakes 3, top of the key. Used up the dribble. Needs some help. Into the high post, it goes to DeWitt. DeWitt fakes left, reverses down to the lane, jump pass in the corner. Robbins drives, cut off on the baseline in the short corner. Back out to Jones into the corner and give it off to Rylan Crocker, calling for a screen out high. Crocker with the dribble, takes it left to the key to Brown, fakes a long 2, spin move down the lane, cut off in a double team. Pass is going to be deflected. Getting a hand on it was Curtin, but I believe he was standing on the inline. And that'll be a timeout, our first of the day. The Dogs lead it with 3:34 to go in the first quarter, 6-5. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7, and 96.9 WKLO.
Farmers, ensure your peace of mind with Green Acres Ag Insurance in Hardensburg, Indiana. Weather, markets, and unexpected events can hit your operation hard. Protect your crops and livestock from financial losses with the right insurance program. CJ Fleener is your local expert, ready to customize a policy just for you. Don't leave your future to chance. Call CJ Fleener at 812-797-2073 today for reliable coverage and secure your farm's future. Green Acres Ag Insurance, Hardensburg, Indiana. Your crops, your livestock, our protection. This agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Orange County REMC offers security systems for your home. Home security systems are available to members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you will have a peace of mind whether you are at home, work, or vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Install a security system for as low as $299 with monitoring, starting at $29.95 per month with bundle. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Well, David, one thing earlier on I noticed, it doesn't seem that this big stage is a problem for either Orleans or Clinton Prairie.
They're just acting like it's another arena. It's just another day of basketball for both teams. And so far, both teams playing well early on. I'm impressed because normally it takes about a half a quarter. Sometimes it takes an entire quarter to finally get your feet under you here in this building. I mean, you are playing in an NBA arena, an arena that has held many great professionals and college players, but so far, so good for Orleans. They're doing a pretty good job defending for the most part, although really one time where Jake McGraw got to the basket almost unimpeded there. But other than that, they've really made Clinton Prairie have to work for everything, doing a great job contesting shots, making them have to make some tough decisions there as well, forcing a couple of turnovers. So it's been a really good start so far for Orleans, and that's what you hope for in this situation.
Orleans got 3 quick baskets from Alex DeWitt down low, but looked as though Clinton Prairie kind of adjusted that 3-2, though, to make sure that if Alex does get the ball very quickly, they're going to double team him and make him give up the basketball.
Yeah, if he catches in the short corner, they're trying to double him, make him get it right back out, and that's where Nate Brown, Rylan Crocker, and, of course, Bryce Jones are going to be big, too. But then you got Nolan Robbins, and if he can kind of sneak in that backside on that double team every once in a while, might get some high percentage shots there and get the Bulldogs in a good rhythm.
It'll be Bulldogs basketball to the left of the bucket on the baseline. Nate Brown will trigger it in for Orleans. Out high pass comes to Bryce Jones, Clinton Prairie. See if they'll stay in that zone defense. Looks like a 1-3-1 this time down, so a little bit of a change from the 3-2. Out front, Rylan Crocker with the dribble to Nolan Robbins on the right wing, right in front of the Clinton Prairie bench. Takes it with the dribble, jump pass to Crocker, left side into the corner. Jones drives baseline all the way under the hoop, reverses left to right. Oh, that's a wild, high-arcing shot that goes right down to the net. And an acrobatic shot by Bryce Jones.
That's one of the best shots I've ever seen anybody shoot. Bryce got under the basket, somehow got that ball high enough to get it in. And then Brown with the steal on the other end off the pass from Nick Curtin.
Nice job, Brown, fronting his defender. Crocker, 3, right side, good. Rylan Crocker drains one right in front of the Clinton Prairie bench, and the Dogs lead it 11-5 here with 2:45 to go in the first quarter, and you can hear the Bulldog fans behind us enjoying that particular play. Out high around the perimeter, Harshbarger has it. Dogs stay in there man-to-man to the left of the key. Smock launches a 3 straight away, and he answers right off the bench. Evan Smock gets his team right back in it at 11-8. We told you in the pregame, this is a very good shooting team from the outside in Clinton Prairie. Out high, see if the Dogs can answer. Nate Brown with the dribble, reverses down the right side. Clinton Prairie looking almost man-to-man. Here's DeWitt driving left side, comes up short, a lot of contact. Nothing called. Curtin has the rebound, give it off to McGraw. McGraw down the lane all the way to the hoop. Puts up the shot, blocked out of there by Brown, and coming out of there with it is Crocker for the Dogs. Good defense by Orleans one more time in transition. Crocker left side baseline jumper from 10 feet. It is no good. Curtin has the rebound for Clinton Prairie. And Jake McGraw, the 6'5 senior leading scorer, over 23 a game, will bring it up slowly into the offensive end. Nate Brown has done a nice job on their leading scorer so far, working one-on-one. Here's McGraw down the lane. Now dry shot, no good. As DeWitt came over with the help defense, trying to help bail out his teammate and Nate Brown, but McGraw was strong off the dribble.
Yeah, Nate tried to cut him off, but McGraw found just enough of an angle to take it by. Then Alex DeWitt trying to step in to take the charge. Unfortunately for Alex, he gets called for the foul. That'll be the first, and that'll be the first on either team so far here this morning.
McGraw, 70% free throw shooter. This one rims in and out. As a team, the Gophers shoot it at 69% from the line. Keeps the score at 11-8 with 1:40 to go here in the first quarter of play in this Class A state championship game. McGraw's next one, he got that one to fall. That's the lead back to 2 at 11-9. Clinton Prairie settles back in, going to go to their straight 3-2, it looks like. But again, a lot of pressure out front. Ball knocked away, stolen by Farley. Drives uncontested, left side, lays it up and good. Turnover cost the Dogs 2, and we're tied at 11 to get the Clinton Prairie crowd on their feet across the way. Out high, Nate Brown working right side to Jones. Bryce right in front of the Gopher bench. Pulls it back out with the dribble. Working down low, nowhere to go. Out front to Crocker around the perimeter. Jones fakes the left pass. Now comes back between the circles. Trying to post up Brown down low. Jones probing, going to lob it down low in the lane, but DeWitt cannot hold on to it. Looks as though maybe Curtin might have got a finger on it, but Alex touched it last. But all of a sudden, David, a couple of turnovers now for the Dogs.
Yeah, uncharacteristic of Orleans to turn it over. They're up to 3 now, according to the official stats in front of us here. But, I mean, Clinton Prairie doing a good job putting pressure on that baseline, making the Dogs have to give it up.
McGraw straight to the rim, comes up short, no good. Rebound to Witt. Alex on the run out, stopped at midcourt, keeps it alive. Now he goes coast to coast, lays it up too hard, in and out, no good. And Curtin pulls down the rebound, gives it off out front, working down low. Curtin, Farley, 3 right at the tee, up and good. And there's Alex Farley, the long-range shooter. And all of a sudden, Clinton Prairie has the lead at 14-11 with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Out front, Nate Brown. They'll lay back off of him. See if the Dogs want to hold for the final shot. Clinton Prairie will get the ball unless we have a tie-up. And there's going to be a reach-in foul out front. Alex Farley a little bit too aggressive on Nate Brown.
They've been doing a really good job being under control while being aggressive defensively, and now they've gone on a bit of a run here on Orleans, scoring the last 9 unanswered points. The foul will be on Clinton Prairie, and it will be the first one of the day on Farley. So that's the first on Clinton Prairie. Both teams playing clean defensively so far.
Nick Ewing back in as Ryan Harshbarger will get his first break. So a little bit smaller lineup now for Clinton Prairie. They will put Ewing right in the middle of that 3-2 out top. See what the Dogs want to do. A little jump trap out high. Ball tipped away, but recovered by Nate Brown. And as he drives inside the arc just to the left elbow, a reach-in foul going to be called. This could be a big one here on Clinton Prairie.
It will be indeed. It'll be on Farley. That'll be his second. So already 2 on the 6'2 senior, the transfer from Frankfort High School, Alex Farley. He'll have to come out as quickly as Harshbarger went to the bench. Ryan is back in the contest for the Gophers. So now you got Farley, their second leading scorer in foul trouble. He's already got 8 points.
Dogs final 8.7. Lob it in the backcourt. Jones rushes it up with the dribble. Takes it down the right sideline into the corner to Crocker. One dribble. His shot, a three-pointer block, but a foul going to be called.
Yep.
And that'll put Ryland Crocker at the line with 2.6 seconds to go. Curtin and Smock were both over there for the Clinton Prairie defense.
I'm surprised Ryland tried to shoot that because there was really nowhere for him to go, and yet he got bailed out on the play because Clinton Prairie didn't give him any room to land at all, and you have to give the shooter room to land. He makes the first free throw. That foul, of course, on Curtin. That will be his first. Team's third. So after having no fouls for the first 7 minutes, all of a sudden Clinton Prairie's got 3.
Second free throw up and good by Ryland Crocker. He had the same situation in the semi-state in a game late against Hauser. Knocked down all 3 of them. The Dogs have clawed their way back within 1 at 14-13. 2.6 seconds to go. Mason Freed has checked in. Third free throw up and good. So all 3 go down for Crocker. Dogs extend their defense. McCraw from three-quarters court comes up short, no good. And that's your first quarter of play in the Class A state championship game from Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Nothing decided. Orleans 14, Clinton Prairie 14. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
Thinking of doing a kitchen or bathroom renovation? Need new cabinets or countertops? Call Rutherford Custom Kitchens and More. Be confident in the work you have done. Rutherford Kitchens and More offers custom kitchens and bath, professional installation, and free estimates. Call them at 812-865-2127 or visit them at 220 East Jefferson Street in Orleans. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Out with the old and in with the new at Rutherford Kitchens and More.
Kirby Hardware has been helping the residents of Orleans keep their homes and farms running smoothly since 1953. Kirby Hardware carries a full line of GE appliances, hardware items, household items, lawn and garden supplies, paint, and a full line of plumbing, all with the knowledge to get you what you need to do the job right the first time. Kirby Hardware open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 till 2. Phone them at 812-865-2510. Kirby Hardware at 206 East Jefferson Street.
Looking for insurance to fit your life? At Tucker Insurance Group, we offer a broad range of quality insurance products at competitive prices. As an independent agency, we're dedicated to providing personalized service to every customer. Whether it's home, auto, life, or business insurance, Tracy Tucker and Tyler Atchison are here to guide you through the process, giving you the service and care you deserve. Tucker Insurance Group, where your protection is our priority. Call 812-913-9095 and let us help you secure your future.
14-14 as we get ready to go here with the second quarter of play in the Class A state championship game at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis. And this one has lived up to its billing through the first 8 minutes.
Certainly has. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Clay City game last week in that both teams were able to stay with each other in the early going, but both teams shooting really well so far, really getting good looks from the floor. Of course, Clinton Prairie doing it more getting to the basket here lately in the last half of that first quarter. Points in the paint, though. Orleans is up 8-4 thanks to mainly Alex DeWitt getting to the interior there. Of course, Bryce Jones with a circus shot that he made there for his only 2 of the quarter. But so far, DeWitt and Crocker have 6 apiece. Ryland was able to bury a 3 there early on to give the Bulldogs an 11-5 lead, their biggest of the contest so far. And then you throw in Bryce's basket with Ryland's 3 free throws on that foul late in the quarter. That forced the second tie of the game so far. So the biggest lead for Orleans is 6. Clinton Prairie went on that 9-0 run there in the end of the first quarter, but the Dogs able to get some momentum back there at the end of the first.
Harshbarger, Curtin, Smock, McGraw, and Farley, the 5 out there for Clinton Prairie. The Dogs will go with Crocker, Jones, Mason Freed, Alex DeWitt, as that will be their 5, along with Nate Brown. Key here, David, got to watch Farley. He's got those 2 fouls. Here's McGraw, lines up 3, top of the key, no good. Rebound cleaned out of there by DeWitt. Dogs have kept the leading scorer in check for Clinton Prairie, but you got to remember he struggled in the first half in the semi-state championship game and then went off in the second half.
18 of 24 in the second half.
Crocker wide open 3, would not go. Ball tipped around. DeWitt has it. Alex drives, lays it up and good. Second chance opportunity. DeWitt continues his excellent play here in the first half. And the Dogs are back up by 2 at 16-14. Just getting started second quarter. In the lane, Farley to McGraw. McGraw working on the right side, takes it with the dribble down the lane, stops just below the free throw line, up and under move, going to dump it off the curtain, cut off by Freed on the baseline. Once again, a good job by the Dogs, walling up along that 3-second area. Out high, McGraw steps into 3, right of the key, in and out, no good. Mason Freed, the rebound for the Dogs. He'll give it off to Bryce Jones. Orleans up by 2, just getting started here in this second quarter of play. Left side, Nate Brown has it. Nate looking against the 3-2 zone. Crocker right side to Jones. Jones might have traveled, got away with it. Here's Crocker dribbling in, kick it out in the corner to Freed. Back to Crocker on the left wing. Round the perimeter with the dribble goes Ryland Crocker to pull it out near the IHSA State Finals logo here at Gamebridge Fieldhouse as Jones kicks it into the corner. Led Crocker just a little bit too much, and the ball sails out of bounds. That's turnover number 5 on Orleans.
Yeah, unusual to see the Dogs turn it over this much, especially this early. And obviously, look at Ryland on that flare. Freed was supposed to free him there in that corner there on that left side. Mason just easily could have caught that, but it just kind of went by both of them, and now Orleans back on defense.
Gophers down by 2 in the basketball. Farley crosses over, back to McGraw. Fakes, dribbles all the way down the lane, left side, dump it off to Curtin. He reverses from left to right, lays it up and good. Nick Curtin with the basket. 16-16, tied up one more time here with 6:06 to go in the first half of play. Out high, Bryce Jones picked up the dribble, needs some help. 5-second count on, finally shovels it over to Nate Brown on the release. Nate works one-on-one out high with Farley. Again, he's got to be careful with those 2 fouls. Can't be aggressive as he likes to be. Dumping down low. Mason Freed all alone left side. Laid it up and in. Mason got loose, and Nate Brown, a great assist of finding a little high-low action. And the Dogs are back up by 2 at 18-16. Farley to the offensive end. Great fakes. Dribbles all the way in. Scoop shot off the glass and good. Alex Farley playing well in this first half despite those 2 fouls. We're tied up again at 18-18. Out front, Bryce Jones works it with the dribble against the zone defense. Takes it to the top of the key between the circles, right side to Crocker. Crocker looking down low to Jones. Fakes left, puts it on the deck, keeps that dribble alive. Looking into the middle, can't flash anybody there just yet. Nate Brown directing traffic at the point. Nate gets a screen from 3 to the left of the key. Fakes 3 to Jones. Jones now steps back. 3 on the way. High arcing shot is good. Bryce Jones, a big basket. 21-18. Dogs back up by 3 at the 4:56 mark here of quarter number 2. Farley into the offensive end for Clinton Prairie. Gets a screen out high. Dogs stay in their half-court man-to-man to the elbow. Couldn't get the shot off. Into the corner, working over the Smock, out front to McGraw. McGraw working one-on-one, crosses over, goes up, and a reach-in foul going to be. And that time it was Nate Brown on the help with the reach-in foul.
They're going to say this is in the act of shooting, which might be a little controversial for the Orleans side there. Coach Bradley certainly thought it was on the floor, but he's making sure Nate Brown knows he's got to be in better position defensively. That foul will cost Nate his first, and that will be the team's first of the quarter with 4:39 to go here in the second period.
Jake McGraw back at the line for the Gophers. Free throw up and good. McGraw again coming in, averaging 23.2 points per ball game. Nolan Robbins will come in. Nate Brown will take a seat on the bench for Orleans. And the Dogs are shooting the ball well. They are 8 out of 12 from the field so far. Clinton Prairie not far behind David. It's 7 out of 14.
Yeah, it's amazing. Both teams playing in this building. Second free throw rolls in for McGraw off the front and back rim, but both teams haven't been daunted by the background at all. It's just like they're playing in any other building, right. Even their home gym.
That's what you like to see. Both teams playing well. High post pass. Oh, knocked away. Stolen by Harshbarger out high. He'll give it off to the trailer Farley. Gets it to the free throw line. Pulls it back out with the dribble. Hesitation move. Ball tipped away. Farley recovers to McGraw. McGraw is the Gophers down by 1 in the basketball. McGraw picked up. Nolan Robbins will draw the assignment with Nate Brown getting a rest here near the midway point. McGraw going to drive in, spin move, 3, kick it out, 3 right side on the way by Smock is up and good. And Clinton Prairie back out on top at 23-21. And they like to shoot the 3, the Gophers, and they've got the marksman from the outside to be a strong suit in their arsenal here on the offensive end. Out high, Robbins, the Dogs trail it. 2 would tie, a 3 would give the lead back over to Orleans. Bryce Jones working to the left of the key. Pressure stays on out there by Farley. Again, it's a 3-2 zone, but they have a lot of man-to-man principles out high whenever they guard the basketball. Between the circles, Jones, a lot of dribbling, David, but nothing going on. Mason Freed to the left of the key. Back to Jones on the right side. Steps into 3, right of the key. In and out, no good. Ball tipped around. Mason Freed, a strong rebound. Up another, put it up in traffic. Shot, no good. Ball tipped around, still loose. Wow. And Mason comes out of there with it a second time. Dogs fighting hard for those loose balls and come up with it. Crocker into the corner to Robbins. Robbins right around the perimeter to the elbow. Pulls it back out with the dribble and reset. They leave him alone. Kick it out high. Crocker 3. Left side is good. Ryland Crocker got set and a clean look, and the Dogs are back on top 24-23 with under 3 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Between the circles, Alex Farley with the dribble for Clinton Prairie. Spread out the Dogs. They right around the perimeter. A long 3 left side. No good by Farley. And the rebound pulled down by Crocker. He'll give it off to Bryce Jones, and Jones will walk it up. Still waiting for that media timeout. They already surpassed it by about a minute and a half, so both teams have played an extended length of time here in this second quarter. Crocker between the circles to Jones. Jones works it out high to the right side. Orleans up by 1 in the basketball. Between the circles to Witt. Gonna lob it down low to Robbins. Oh, and his pass goes off the backboard, and Clinton Prairie comes up with it. McGraw drives in, put it up in traffic. Shot short, no good. And the rebound by Mason Freed. He's done well here off the bench for the Dogs. Right side, Robbins looking on the wing. Got to pass it out high. A dangerous pass, but Jones comes down with it. Skipping into the corner. Crocker 3 right side off the rim too hard. Mason Freed able to chase it down again. Mason made a strong presence here on the offensive glass in this quarter. Crocker around the perimeter with under 2 minutes to go. Dogs lead it by 1, 24-23. Out front, Robbins into the corner. Jones drives baseline. Shot up off the glass and good. Bryce Jones, another 2, and the Dogs up by 3 at 26-23. as they keep their hot shooting going. 10 out of 17 from the field here in this first half. McGraw with 1:33 to go. Clinton Prairie down by 3 and the basketball. Orleans going to stay in their half-court man-to-man. Left side. Here's 3 on the way by Farley. Short, no good. Ball tipped around by Crocker. Jones comes out of there with it. As Orleans, good job of limiting Clinton Prairie to one and done.
Rebounding's been the difference so far.
Clinton Prairie out to the left side. Orleans 13-4 advantage unofficially on the boards. Out high with the dribble. Bryce Jones comes to the left side to Crocker. Crocker looking down low. Dogs again got to be very patient. Double team Crocker out high. Swing it back left to Jones. Jones goes right now. Left pull up. 18-footer. High arcing shot. Bottom of the net. Bryce Jones feeling it here today. And it's 28-23 with 50 seconds to go here in the first half of play. McGraw will bring it up with the dribble. Right side to Harshbarger. Harshbarger goes on the left side to Smock. As the Dog fans getting into it, nearing halfway and then halftime up by 5. Oh, a great pass down low. Curtin pump fake shot up and good on a nice feed by McGraw to make it 28-23 with 30 seconds to go. That time it was Clinton Prairie very patient on the offensive end to get the good shot. Bryce Jones will bring it up, and there's contact out high by Evan Smock, and that will come with 22.3 seconds to go, but that will take us to a media timeout. Dogs on top by 3. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7, WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
A family-run company started in 1960 by father and sons, Riverview Farms Incorporated is 50 years and counting. Riverview Farms Incorporated primary focus is pullets, chicken, hogs, and turkeys, and some feed crops as well. Located in Orleans, Indiana, Riverview Farms is a viable agribusiness 4 generations strong and counting, and among the biggest producers of poultry and eggs in the state of Indiana. Riverview Farms, working for families, working for you.
Choose Orange County Fiber, your hometown internet provider, to receive fast and reliable internet. Fiber optics is the best technology in the world for delivering internet services to homes and businesses. Orange County Fiber offers speeds up to 1 gigabyte per second with no contracts or data caps. You can even bundle with our home phone service or home security to receive a discount. Ready to make the switch? Call today at 812-865-2229 or visit our website at www.myremc.coop.
Get ready for a taste explosion at the Superburger in Paoli, home of the Triple Nuke, the burger that takes flavor to a whole new level. But that's not all. They now proudly claim the title of second best burger in Indiana. Sizzle into satisfaction with their mouth-watering patties made with locally raised 90% lean grass-fed beef with fresh ingredients that'll leave your taste buds begging for more. The Superburger, where every bite is a journey of culinary delight. Swing by today and discover why they are the talk of the town. The Superburger, West Main Street in Paoli, where the Triple Nuke reigns supreme and the taste is legendary.
22.3 seconds is all that remains here before halftime at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in this Class A state championship matchup between the Orleans Bulldogs and the Clinton Prairie Gophers. And right now, the Dogs cling to a 3-point lead.
Yeah, and obviously we went really long on that timeout. We went way past the 4-minute mark, down to 22 seconds ago, as you point out, Dave. But look, Orleans didn't look the least bit tired, and this is what Orleans has been so good at over Tom Bradley's 26 years. They're always one of the best conditioned teams out there on the floor. They certainly showed that, didn't show any real signs of fatigue. And so even though there was a media timeout, they're like, you know what, this is something we're used to because we practice this all the time. And now we're in this game situation, and this is why Orleans has had the advantage in this tournament at times because of conditioning late in games. And so far, the Bulldogs rebounding really well. 4 offensive rebounds, 0 for Clinton Prairie. The turnovers have really been what's kept the Gophers in the game so far. 7 for the Bulldogs, 2 for Clinton Prairie so far. But all in all, good job by Orleans other than the turnovers.
See if the Dogs can close out this first half on a positive note. They'll have the ball, they hope, for the final possession. Clinton Prairie will come out and extend their defense. Nate Brown gets it across the timeline finally, working out front. And once again, Evan Smock a little bit too aggressive. Coach Peckinpah saying, you know, we really don't need that foul out near the midcourt line.
Well, and that's going to be 2 on Smock now. So you've got 2 Gophers with 2 fouls, Farley being the other one. So it's a second foul of the quarter with 12.8 seconds, forcing Orleans to reset.
Jones gets it across the timeline to Brown to the left of the key. Nate trying to run a play. down to Crocker, and a foul going to be called again out high as Ryan Harshbarger will be whistled for this personal.
We got fouls to give. Let's give them. That's
Apparently
the first on Harshbarger, and that's going to be the team's third with 7 seconds. But one good thing for Clinton Prairie, it does force Orleans to have to reset every time with those fouls to give.
Crocker along the sideline, bounce pass to Jones, rushes it up right side to Nate Brown, dribbles in, a runner from 10 feet off the glass, no good, rebound McGraw, he'll heave it from 3/4 court, and it goes off the rim. Had a better shot at it than I thought when it left his hands, but he had it right there. Unfortunately for him, though, it did not go in. Fortunately for the Dogs, it did not go in, and the Dogs will go to the halftime leading in this state final game with Clinton Prairie. It is Orleans 28, Clinton Prairie 25. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3, and WKLO 96.9.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7 or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Halftime of this state Class A championship game at Gamebridge Fieldhouse, and the Orleans Bulldogs a 3-point advantage over Clinton Prairie, 28-25. Well, this has been a nip and tuck game throughout this first half of play. We had 4 ties, 4 lead changes so far in the first 2 quarters of play. Dogs got the first basket of the ball game on a shot by Alex DeWitt. Alex had the first 3 baskets, that is, for Orleans, as the Dogs jumped out to a 6-2 lead at the 5:44 mark. A bucket in there by McGraw at the 6:55 mark, and then a big 3-pointer by Farley cut the lead down to 6-5. Dogs answered with a basket by Bryce Jones, who had a strong first half for the Dogs, and the Dogs led it 8-5. Orleans gets a stop. They come back, get a big 3 by Rylan Crocker to make it 11-5, but a 3 answered quickly by Smock to make it 11-8. And then it was Clinton Prairie going on a run to close out that first part of the quarter there. They went from the 2:32 mark to the 39-second mark when they were down by that 11-5 mark, and all of a sudden they were up by a score of 14-11 as the Dogs go almost 2.5 minutes there without scoring, and Clinton Prairie able to get the lead at the 39-second mark. But then Rylan Crocker, right before the horn with 2.6 seconds to go, was fouled on a 3-point shot right in front of the Gopher bench. And, of course, Ryan, cool, calm, and collected, stepped up there and knocked down all 3 of them. And that tied up the ball game at 14-14 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter started as the Dogs, again, get off to a good start. Who else? Alex DeWitt gets the Dogs rolling on the offensive end with a basket to make it 16-14. Curtin answers with a 2 of his own. We're tied at 16-16. Orleans comes back down. Mason Freed, a nice job on a putback. Gets his first points of the game to make it 18-16 with 5:45 to go. However, another bucket by Curtin underneath, and we're tied once again at 18-18. Bryce Jones continues his good play with a big 3-pointer at the 5:03 mark to make it 21-18. McGraw comes down, knocks down a couple of free throws to make it 21-20. And then a bucket after a stop by the Gopher defense. This one coming from the shooting of Evan Smock, a 3-pointer, and all of a sudden it was Clinton Prairie back on top at the 4:06 mark, 23-21. But then the Dogs go on a 7-0 run. In that included a 3-pointer by Rylan Crocker, another deuce by Bryce Jones, and he added another jumper from the wing to make it 28-23 with 59 seconds to go. Clinton Prairie got a bucket at the 33-second mark. This one coming from Nick Curtin to make it 28-25. And the Dogs had the last chance there but couldn't get a shot to fall. And that's where we find ourselves here at the half as Orleans leading it by 3, 28-25. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3, and 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Experience construction on your terms with Reynolds Construction. Located in Orleans, Indiana, we focus on delivering results through collaboration and innovation, maintaining an open and transparent approach. Our commitment to long-term success with our partners stands strong. At Reynolds, we prioritize your preferences, ensuring you work the way you want. Reach us at 877-770-0127 or visit our website at www.reynoldscon.com to learn more about our services. Choose Reynolds Construction for reliability and excellence.
Well, take a look at the scoring for both teams here in the first half for the Clinton Prairie Gophers. So far, it has been Alex Farley who has done the lion's share of the scoring for this team, but he has been in some foul trouble. Already got a couple of fouls against him there in that first half. However, before that, he knocked down a couple of threes, did Alex Farley, going 4 of 7 from the floor to score 10 points as he leads all scorers so far at halftime, leading Clinton Prairie. Evan Smock with a couple of threes coming off the bench. He had been starting for the Gophers throughout the postseason, but he knocks down a couple of threes there in that first half. Also has 2 fouls as Smock has 6 points. Jake McGraw with 5 points in the first half, only going 1 of 8 from the floor. Orleans doing a pretty good job containing him going to the basket, making him take tough contested shots in the paint. He has yet to make a 3 so far, but he is 3 out of 4 at the free throw line. McGraw with 5. And Nick Curtin, 4 points on a couple of baskets, including 1 off of a high-low from McGraw under the basket, as Curtin has 4 points to round out the scoring. Ryan Harshbarger and Nick Ewing have played but have not scored for the Clinton Prairie Gophers. For Orleans, Rylan Crocker and Bryce Jones each with 9 points. Crocker getting a couple of threes, 3 free throws there at the end of the first quarter to get him to 9. Bryce with an acrobatic shot included among his 9 points. He also buried a 3-pointer in that first half. So Bryce and Rylan both with 9 points. Alex DeWitt has 8. He scored 6 of those 8 in the first quarter of this game. And then Mason Freed's come in, and he's played really well on both ends of the floor. Mason with a basket off of a nice pass from the top, and he's able to lay it in for his only 2 points so far. By the way, he has 5 rebounds. He has more rebounds than Clinton Prairie has as a team right now, which is quite impressive for Mr. Mason Freed. 3 offensive rebounds in that first half for Mason as well. So far, Nate Brown has played, has not scored. Same with Nolan Robbins, but you know what? They might have their chance in the second half. We'll see about that as we continue on with halftime here at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. It's 28-25, Orleans in front of Clinton Prairie. You're listening to the Class A State Championship here on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3 and 96.9 WKLO.
At Springer & Springer Insurance, we get it. Insurance can be frustrating. That's why we make it simple. With locations in Orleans, Bedford, Salem, French Lick, and Greenwood, we take the time to get to know you, your needs, life, and goals before finding the right coverage for you. Whether it's auto, homeowners, life, commercial, or farm insurance, we work with a range of trusted companies to give you the best options. Call 812-865-3133 today. Springer & Springer Insurance, making insurance easy.
Orleans Auto Value Parts emphasizes the importance of maintaining your current vehicle amidst rising new car prices. They are your local auto value dealer offering affordable, high-quality auto parts with reliable service. They stock Deca and Interstate batteries, custom-make hoses, and provide paint mixing services to match any vehicle color on the road. Visit them at 153 West Washington Street in Orleans or reach out by phone at 812-865-4444.
Taking a look at the shooting for both teams here in the first half. First for Clinton Prairie, they are 9 of 19 from the floor in total here in the first half. Farley has made the most field goals, 4 out of 7 so far, so they're shooting 47%, 5 of 10 in the first quarter, 4 of 9 in the second. They're actually making some threes. They're 4 out of 9 from the outside, 44% so far, 3 of 4 in the first quarter, 1 of 5 in the second quarter. Free throw shooting has been all Jake McGraw. He's 3 of 4. That's their team total as well for 75%. for the Bulldogs in the first half. 11 of 19 shooting from the floor, 58%. 5 of 8 in the first quarter. Dropped off, but not a lot in the second quarter, going 6 of 11 to make that 11 of 19 total for 58%. The Dogs holding their own from the outside, 3 out of 6 from long distance, 50%, made their only shot in the first quarter, 2 of 5 in the second. Haven't been at the line much, but Rylan Crocker did make those 3 free throws at the end of the first quarter. So the Dogs 3 of 3 thus far. 5 ties, 4 lead changes. The foul situation so far, Farley and Smock with 2 fouls apiece for Clinton Prairie. Points in the paint, Orleans 14-10 so far. Clinton Prairie 7-5. And points off turnovers in Orleans 7-0 in second chance points so far. As we get ready for the second half here from Gamebridge Fieldhouse as the Class A state championship continues. Orleans 28, Clinton Prairie 25. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Class A state championship on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3 and 96.9 WKLO.
Turn your dining experience into a fiesta at El Compadre, the heart of flavor and fun. Open Monday through Thursday and Sundays from 11 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturdays from 11 to 10 p.m. Craving something special? Try one of our mouth-watering entrees that will make your taste buds salsa. And for the ultimate party starter, sip on the best margarita around. Visit one of our 5 locations, Paoli at 300 East Main Street, West Baden, Mitchell, Orleans, Bedford, and coming soon, Palmyra. El Compadre, where the flavor is as bold as the fun.
From the court to the countryside, make your next big win a trip to French Lick. Whether you're celebrating victory or just need a timeout, French Lick has you covered. World-class resorts, legendary history, cozy cabins, and family fun all year long. Don't just play hard, relax hard. Go to visit FrenchLickWestBaden.com and plan your next getaway today. Best of luck to the Orleans Bulldogs as they bring home a state championship. You got the entire community behind you.
Well, we're about ready to start the second half here at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis. The Bulldogs in their home white uniforms will have the ball to start the second half. Clinton Prairie in the road black uniforms with the red trim. They will come out as the teams switch sides here and see if the Bulldogs can maintain this lead. Up by 3, shot really well first half, played pretty good defense for a lot of that half. Got to keep the turnovers down to keep the rebounding up, and the Bulldogs will be in good shape.
Oh, I might add, a great opportunity for the Dogs on the basketball court, but the Orleans Excellent Pet Band is here as well, keeping fans entertained. So very happy that they were able to make the trip, and what an accomplishment and a great place to go. Down low, DeWitt in the lane. Starts off this quarter like he has the first 2 with a little jumper right in front off the glass. Good. That makes it 30-25 in favor of Orleans, starting this second half of play at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Clinton Prairie, first offensive possession of this ball game. Out high, McGraw. They're going to try and get him free a little bit. Alex DeWitt works on him. Spin move down the lane. McGraw goes up in traffic, blocked out of there by Brown. And the Dogs come out of there with it on the run. Brown bounce pass to Jones. Price a big first half. Turns the corner down the lane with the left shot. Hand shot, no good. Rebound, Alex DeWitt, but it wouldn't go. But Alex is fouled, and that'll put him at the free throw line.
He was in the perfect spot there, Alex. He had 2 guys on his back there when he was grabbing that rebound, and, man, he got hit a little bit when he took it. But Alex is tough. He's resilient, and he's taken a lot of hits like that throughout the postseason. That foul going against Clinton Prairie, and that is going to be – we haven't gotten it yet as Alex missed the first free throw. It'll be on Jake McGraw. That'll be his first. Great job by Alex to get the rebound. Now let's see if he can make 1 or 2 and make this a 6-point game.
That's the 5th offensive rebound for the Dogs today. Next one by Alex. This one's going to be short, no good, and the rebound cleared out of there by Curtin. As Curtin up there with Harshbarger and McGraw. As we'll get everybody set out to the left of the key. Here's McGraw driving down the lane, dumping off down low. Pump fake by Curtin. His shot comes up short, no good. Oh, but a foul going to be called. Also starting this half will be Smock along with Farley. As that time, once again, McGraw able to get down below the free throw line in the paint and dump it off. And Nick Curtin will be at the free throw line, trying to get his team a couple of points closer. Right now, the Dogs lead it by a handful. Second line.
I'm sorry, Dave, go ahead.
I was going to say Curtin, 63% free throw shooter. First one is up and good.
Well, and DeWitt getting the foul there for Orleans. So that's 2 on Alex. Now it's only the first of the quarter on the Dogs with 7:04 to go here in the third.
6'4" junior is Alex Curtin. Second free throw up and good. Lead trimmed down to 3 as Orleans will bring it up. Clinton Prairie stays in that half-court 3-2 zone. Brown on the left wing into the middle. Jones down the lane. Nowhere to go. Trapped on the baseline. High post to win. Alex drives the basket, shot up and good off the glass. Might have been a little goaltending, but Alex able to nicely soft touch for 2 more as he has got the Dogs back up by 5. Out to the left of the key, working as Farley. Timeout going to be taken by Clinton Prairie. 6:40 to go, third quarter of play in the state championship game. Orleans on top, 32-27. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
Kirby Hardware has been helping the residents of Orleans keep their homes and farms running smoothly since 1953. Kirby Hardware carries a full line of GE appliances, hardware items, household items, lawn and garden supplies, paint, and a full line of plumbing, all with the knowledge to get you what you need to do the job right the first time. Kirby Hardware open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 till 2. Phone them at 812-865-2510. Kirby Hardware at 206 East Jefferson Street.
Farmers, ensure your peace of mind with Green Acres Ag Insurance in Hardinsburg, Indiana. Weather, markets, and unexpected events can hit your operation hard. Protect your crops and livestock from financial losses with the right insurance program. CJ Fleener is your local expert, ready to customize a policy just for you. Don't leave your future to chance. Call CJ Fleener at 812-797-2073 today for reliable coverage and secure your farm's future. Green Acres Ag Insurance, Hardinsburg, Indiana. Your crops, your livestock, our protection. This agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Coach Peckinpah taking a quick time out here in this third quarter, trying to get his team back in line. They've struggled shooting the basketball, but in the Dogs' defense, again, it's always tough, and it's no different here today. As again, coming in one of the best defensive teams in the state, giving up less than 40 points a ball game.
And that is the trademark, as you and I talked about at pregame, Dave, of this Orleans team. It's a trademark of every Tom Bradley team. And so these guys are doing a great job. They're rotating really well, and they're communicating really well. Of course, they've been really connected all season long, and it goes back over the last couple of years where Orleans has been giving up less than 40 points a game. But Clinton Prairie clearly trying to get inside with McGraw and Curtin primarily. Those two guys are the ones they want to get going into the post. And the Dogs so far with Brown, DeWitt, and that combination, even with Mason Freed in there, have done a really good job influencing shots, making them have to take tougher shots around the basket. And it's benefited. Plus, it doesn't hurt the fact that they've held Clinton Prairie to one and done all morning so far, that is.
They've done a great job on Jake McGraw so far here in this ball game, and that will have to continue if the Dogs want to cut down the nets here and bring home that state championship trophy. See what Clinton Prairie wants to do out of this timeout. McGraw with the dribble to the right side, handed off to Harshbarger, top of the key to Curtin. Harshbarger dumping down low. McGraw post up in traffic, shot off the glass. No, gets his own rebound. Put it up and in. First offensive rebound of the day for Clinton Prairie. And looks like they're going to post up McGraw down low and see what he can do with that 6'4" frame. Out high. Nate Brown has it. Dogs up by 3 in the basketball. Into the high post. DeWitt. Little jump hook up and good. Nice little one-handed push shot by Alex DeWitt to answer. 34-29 as we near the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. Out high. Farley with the basketball for Clinton Prairie. They're going to spread it out around the perimeter. Work one-on-one. Farley down the lane. His pass is going to be deflected. DeWitt comes up with the steal. Alex takes it right down the middle of the court, kicking out to Crocker. 3 on the way. In and out. No good. Boy, that would have been a big one if it would have went down. And Curtin comes down with the rebound.
Ryland just kind of short-armed that just a hair. He was a little excited, I think, that he was that wide open.
He was surprised that no defender was flying at him that quickly. Clinton Prairie, again, slow it up in the offensive end, working around the perimeter. Smock goes on the right side to Curtin, out front of Farley. To Smock, left side, Harshbarger. Around the perimeter, working down the lane, driving all the way to the hoop is Curtin on the right side, who lays it up and in. Got good spacing that time and caught the Dogs in a bit of a shift that time. 34-31. Orleans, though, still on top in the basketball. Nate Brown steps into a long 2 left of the key, up and good. Nate Brown says, leave me open, and I'll show you what I can do.
His first basket of the day, by the way, so that's big for Orleans to get him going.
Harshbarger quickly the offensive end, out front to Farley. Farley to the right of the key. Dogs up by 6, 37-31. 4:55 and counting in the third quarter of play. Dogs have slowed down into the post. McGraw back out. Farley pulls up. 18-footer left side, no good. McGraw tries to keep it alive, still tipped around, and Jones comes out with the rebound. Bryce on the run out, blows by one defender all the way to the rim. Left-handed scoop shot up and good. Dogs have their biggest lead of the day of 39-31. As they've got Clinton Prairie on their heels, and Coach Chad Peckinpah has to take a timeout. Orleans leading at 39-31 with 4:31 to go in the third quarter of play. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
Orange County REMC offers security systems for your home. Home security systems are available to members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you will have a peace of mind whether you are at home, work, or vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Install a security system for as low as $299 with monitoring, starting at $29.95 per month with bundle. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Thinking of doing a kitchen or bathroom renovation? Need new cabinets or countertops? Call Rutherford Custom Kitchens and More. Be confident in the work you have done. Rutherford Kitchens and More offers custom kitchens and bath, professional installation, and free estimates. Call them at 812-865-2127 or visit them at 220 East Jefferson Street in Orleans. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Out with the old and in with the new at Rutherford Kitchens and More.
Dogs' biggest lead of the day, 39-31, nearly halfway through this third quarter of play. And Coach Chad Peckenball's already had to burn 2 timeouts in this third period.
Yeah, and that's after neither team used a timeout in that first half. So Orleans is really putting pressure on them, but it's not just the defense now. Now you're starting to see the offense really find its footing for Orleans. Bryce did a great job off of that last rebound. They got tipped twice. Looked like Clinton Prairie was going to get it back for another second chance there for a moment, but Bryce is able to get it. He keeps his head up, his eyes down the floor, and he just beats the defense back. Did a great job reading that, went all the way to the rim. He's like, you know what, if you're going to give me a path, I'll take it. And he went right to the basket. And sometimes if you're going to play a team like Clinton Prairie with their length defensively, you got to get out on the break. Coach Bradley said we want to get out and run. Bulldogs have been able to do that a little more here lately.
Orleans will come back out as McGraw. Orleans goes 2-3 just to get them off balance a little bit for a possession or two. Farley, here's McGraw down the lane, double team. As he tried to back in, looked as though he might have lost his balance and travel, but he'll be bailed out with a foul.
Well, Nate kind of reached a little bit. Didn't look like there was really any contact there, but the foul will be called. That'll be the second on the Dogs here in this third quarter. That's 2 now on Nate Brown. So Brown and DeWitt both with 2 fouls so far for Orleans.
On the baseline, Farley into McGraw, but right there is Mason. No, make that Nolan Robbins to knock that ball away and come up with the steal. Quickly, Brown dump it down low. DeWitt right side. Oh, blocked out of there nicely by Curtin from behind. But again, the Dogs do a good job of forcing the issue and got a shot that they wanted. Just a better defensive play.
Right. I don't know how Nolan got in there to get that basketball. Did a great job. And then dropping it down to Alex. He had a good position there, but Curtin did a good job recovering there late to get the tip on the block shot.
Bryce Jones out high with the basketball. Clinton Prairie staying in their zone defense. 1-3-1 this trip down. Out high. Jones has it to the left of the key, brings it to the right side, looks to reverse. 5-second count on. He needs some help, and the Dogs are going to have to take a timeout. So Coach Bradley burns one to save a possession here with 3:52 to go. Still an 8-point lead for Orleans in this third quarter. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
Kirby Hardware has been helping the residents of Orleans keep their homes and farms running smoothly since 1953. Kirby Hardware carries a full line of GE appliances, hardware items, household items, lawn and garden supplies, paint, and a full line of plumbing, all with the knowledge to get you what you need to do the job right the first time. Kirby Hardware open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 till 2. Phone them at 812-865-2510. Kirby Hardware at 206 East Jefferson Street.
Looking for insurance to fit your life? At Tucker Insurance Group, we offer a broad range of quality insurance products at competitive prices. As an independent agency, we're dedicated to providing personalized service to every customer. Whether it's home, auto, life, or business insurance, Tracy Tucker and Tyler Atchison are here to guide you through the process, giving you the service and care you deserve. Tucker Insurance Group, where your protection is our priority. Call 812-913-9095 and let us help you secure your future.
Well, the Bulldogs calling timeout there. Bryce Jones kind of getting hemmed in along half court. It's stretched into a media timeout. So Orleans up right now, 39-31, in good shape with 3:52 to go. Still have 4 timeouts left, but you know what? You got them, you use them, and Bryce kind of getting hemmed in there at half court. Clinton Prairie decided to kind of trap a little bit there, and so they were able to force the issue there with Bryce. But I mean, Orleans just continuing to do what they did in the first half. They're outscoring Clinton Prairie 22-14 in the paint, and that's being the smaller team in this game so far. We haven't had any ties or lead changes thus far in the second half. Orleans just being steady, just continuing to do what they do best and sticking to the game plan. They really haven't had to change anything drastically, which is a great sign. And so far, the Bulldogs, it seems like they're growing a little more in confidence. And like we talked about before, Dave, obviously the nerves don't look like they're there for either team. They're treating this like any other game. And despite it being a state championship, but both teams keeping their composure really well so far.
Dogs continue that good shooting from the field, 16 out of 27 for 59%. Orleans had to take that time out to avoid a possible 5-second count. Clinton Prairie going to ratchet up the pressure here in the half court. Out front, Nate Brown at the point, out of that zone defense. Ball knocked away, stolen by Farley. Farley 2-on-1, drives in, shot up, good, counted, and a foul. And that's not what the Dogs needed out of that timeout, as Alex Farley, who had some foul issues in the first half, is back out on front there and got a big basket to cut the lead down to 39-33.
Well, he did a good job stepping in there to knock the ball loose. They've extended their defense more to the half-court line now, so that puts pressure on Orleans as Mason Freed checks in for Nolan Robbins, and that foul on Orleans going against Bryce Jones, his first, team's third of the quarter, with one shot coming up here for Alex Farley of Clinton Prairie.
79% free throw shooter, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Nate Brown. Keeps it a 39-33 game. Clinton Prairie, again, very aggressive in the double team out high. Brown to top of the key, left side to DeWitt, puts it on the deck, drives to the hoop. A one-hander, no good, but a foul called as Alex again forced the issue that made the defense come over from the help side. And Alex DeWitt will be at the free throw line for the Dogs.
Just impressed at how well he reads that now on the inside. And Alex has come such a long way since last year with that. He's been doing this so well all year. That foul on McGraw, by the way, for Clinton Prairie, that's 2 on him, and that is the team's second of the quarter.
Free throw by Alex up and good, coming in, hitting 67% from the line. 40-33, Dogs on top, 3:26 to go, third quarter of play in this Class A state championship game. The first of 4 today. Second free throw up and good. So the Dogs get a nice trip that time, getting to the free throw line to boost that lead back up to the 8-point margin. Orleans in that zone this time once again, 1-2-2, 3-2, depends on where you flatten it out. 3, Farley, left corner, no good. Ball tipped around underneath. Nate Brown, a nice job again, one and done. Quickly, Bryce Jones pushes it up. Doesn't have numbers, but Crocker steps into 3, right in the wing, up and good. Crocker gives the Dogs their biggest lead at 11, 44-33. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. Farley fakes 3, dribbles into the lane, and as he gets just to the elbow, Nate Brown got beat off the dribble, tried to reach around and poke it away.
Orleans has made 5 of their last 7 shots, incidentally, according to the official numbers here. But, yeah, foul there on Nate. That was obvious, reaching around. I know he's trying not to let him get to the basket there. It's actually a good foul, but the problem is now that's going to be 3 on Nate Brown. And that will be the 4th on Orleans in the quarter. So the next foul they commit defensively will put the Gophers at the free throw line with 2:52 to go here in the third quarter.
3, Harshbarger, right corner rim, no good. Rebound flying through, though. Curtin has it. One down, dribble down the lane, and as he goes up for the foul, Alex DeWitt had a lot of basketball that time, and he comes out kind of saying the same thing, but the official saw something else, and that will put Nick Curtin at the free throw line.
I thought Alex had all ball on that. Didn't really see him get any piece of the arm, but despite that, it will be a foul on Alex. That'll be his third, and now the Gophers in the double bonus for the rest of the quarter. That first free throw kind of rolled around the rim and decided to fall through the front of the cylinder there for the Gophers and Nick Curtin as he steps up for his second.
Averages just over 7 a ball game, 63% free throw shooter. This one rims in and out. Oh, but it's tipped up somehow. McGraw just flicked it up with his wrist, and it went in for a 3-point play trip, 44-36. Out front, Bryce Jones against that half-court pressure. Needs some help, and he may have to burn another timeout, and he does. As once again, pressure out high, and they got Bryce Jones in a bad spot there, but he's able to save the possession at least with the timeout. 2:31 to go in the third. Dogs lead at 44-36. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3 and 96.9 WKLO.
A family-run company started in 1960 by father and sons, Riverview Farms Incorporated is 50 years and counting. Riverview Farms Incorporated primary focus is pullets, chicken, hogs, and turkeys, and some feed crops as well. Located in Orleans, Indiana, Riverview Farms is a viable agribusiness 4 generations strong and counting, and among the biggest producers of poultry and eggs in the state of Indiana. Riverview Farms, working for families, working for you.
Choose Orange County Fiber, your hometown internet provider, to receive fast and reliable internet. Fiber optics is the best technology in the world for delivering internet services to homes and businesses. Orange County Fiber offers speeds up to 1 gigabyte per second with no contracts or data caps. You can even bundle with our home phone service or home security to receive a discount. Ready to make the switch? Call today at 812-865-2229 or visit our website at www.myremc.coop.
44-36, Orleans on top here in the state championship game. We talked about what a great honor and thrill it is for the teams, the cheerleaders, the fans, the pep band, and even for David and I. Yeah, we've been here before, but it's always nice to come back.
It certainly is. And this is the first time I've ever been here for the boys' state finals. We did 3 girls' state finals. Very fortunate to be with North Harrison in 2016 and 2017, making back-to-back 3A title game appearances. And then 2 years ago, Josh Conrad's Lady Panthers of Corydon Central made it here and gave a very good Fairfield team a good game in the state finals that year. So it never gets old, as I like to say, and you never want to take this for granted because you never know if you're ever going to get back here again. That is certainly the case for both of the teams out on the court today. And the community support for Clinton Prairie and Orleans, second to none. Wouldn't expect anything less from the Orleans crowd. They have shown up in droves today. And for those listening at home, they've been listening to a really good performance so far, but a good time out for Orleans to get settled down after the run Clinton Prairie went on there.
Under 2:30 to go, the Dogs lead at 44-36. Jones with the dribble, jump pass out high to Robbins. Robbins takes it to the middle of the court, fires it into the corner to Jones. Bryce against that 3-2 zone. Give it up on the right side to Jones. Pulls it out near the logo with the dribble. Spin move. Give it off to Robbins. Robbins down the lane in traffic. Shot up. Oh, wow. Go. Rolled out, but I believe official was going to call it on the floor anyway.
Right, it's on the floor, and that's a big foul on Clinton Prairie because that's going to be number 3 on Jake McGraw. He's kind of looking at the monitor up there above us like, I don't know about that, but Nolan did a good job driving. He got a little bit of a lane. He took it right at McGraw. Did a great job drawing the contact and the third foul on their leading scorer.
On the baseline, Robbins needs to get it in, has to come way out high to Crocker. Crocker between the circles, takes it with the dribble to the left of the key, used up the dribble, down low to Freed on the double team, on the triple team actually on the baseline. Mason bobbled it, got it back, goes out of bounds, and it goes off his foot out of bounds. And that's going to be a turnover on Orleans, unofficially 9 here in this ball game.
That's not something Mason has to deal with very often, that double team. But Clinton Prairie was able to gamble, get away with it. He just kind of bobbled it, lost control, and unfortunately turned it over.
Oh, McGraw, nice spin move down the lane, shot up, good, counted, and a 3-point play. Once again, one-on-one, Jake McGraw, the leading scorer. The lead cut down to 6, and he has a chance maybe to get it to 5. And the Dogs, for the most part, David, have kept their leading scorer from Clinton Prairie in check.
Yeah, he's not been able to get to the basket very easily here in the second half. That was actually the easiest drive he's had as he gets his 11th point, and that foul will be on Mason Freed, his first, as McGraw goes to the line for one shot.
And hit a lot of rim, but it rolls in, completes the 3-point play. It's 44-39. See if the Dogs can answer. Nate Brown with those fouls comes back in, gives the Dogs another ball handle, replacing Mason Freed against this pressure half-court zone defense. 2-3 zone, out high, working Jones. They'll run another player at him. DeWitt has it on the left wing. Alex pump fake on McGraw, skipping over the top to Crocker. Fakes 3 dribbles into the lane, puts up a runner from 10 feet. Too hard, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Kurt. And then we had a great angle. Looked like that one was going in. Yeah. Here's McGraw the other way, all the way to the rim. Put it up with the left hand, no good, but a foul will be called. And Jake McGraw David, looks like it's taking it upon himself to try and take this game over now.
Yeah, it's exactly what he did in the semi-state last week, as you pointed out earlier. He had 6 points in the first half against Couch in the championship at Lafayette Jefferson, and then he had 18 in the second half. So he is explosive, and he did draw a big foul on the Dogs. That's going to be number 4 on Nate Brown as the Gophers are in the double bonus.
They've been down by 11, a chance to get some of the clock not running, but McGraw comes up short on the free throw. He's a 70% free throw shooter here on the season. And the Gophers have left some points at the line, David.
Yeah, indeed they have. I mean, so far today, before this free throw, 7 out of 11 at the line. So that's something they'll have to shore up.
Second one is good by McGraw. 44-40 is Clinton Prairie on a run now after being down by 11. See if the Dogs get a big basket here to stem the tide. Robbins has it on the right wing. Into a double team, picked up the dribble pass, deflected, but it goes over to the Witt, right back to Robbins to the right of the key. Dogs spread it out. Robbins with the dribble between the circles to Jones between the circles. Jones with the dribble, gets it to the arc, backs it out. Braley all over him, putting on a lot of pressure. Jones over to Crocker. Crocker to the left of the key with 49 seconds to go. In the corner, DeWitt drives into the middle of the lane to Freed. He lost it. Bobbled it. Coming up with it is Clinton Prairie. Quickly up ahead, driving is Curtin. Lays it up and good. And Curtin comes out of there holding his right knee. I don't know if he bumped the knee or what, but all of a sudden the Gophers are back within 2 at 44-42 with 30 seconds to go. Jones out high. Dogs have been sped up here in this half court with this pressure 3-2 zone. Jones to the elbow, dump it down low. DeWitt, does he have the answer? Drives baseline, blocked out of there, and a foul going to be called.
There was a lot.
And it's a big one. It's going to be on Jake McGraw, their leading scorer. And Alex DeWitt, give him credit, man. He made up his mind to take that ball to the rim strong.
I know Alex doesn't play football because, of course, Orleans doesn't have a football program, but, man, that was a lot of contact he absorbed, and he's feeling it a little bit as he steps to the line. But you're right, Dave. That's a big one on Clinton Prairie. That's 4 on Jake McGraw. Just as he's finding his footing, now he's in foul trouble. Alex knocks down the free throw. Orleans needed that free throw very badly to try to offset a little bit of this Gopher momentum. Now, if Alex can make this, all of a sudden it's a 2-possession game again.
18.9 seconds to go in the third quarter. Second one by Alex. It is up and good. Rattled it in. And for the Dogs, we'll see Jimmy Sanders coming in or Kagan Russell, for the first time today. And Alex will get a break after taking that hard contact. Kagan, 6 foot and a senior. Dogs extend 2-2-1 full court pressure for the first time today. Into the backcourt, Harshbarger, give it off to Farley, down the lane. Here's McGraw driving in, put it up between 2 players, up and good. They cut the lead back to 2 with 8 seconds to go. Quickly, Robbins comes right side. The ball stolen at midcourt. Smock has it to Fraley. Fraley dribbles in, puts it up at the horn, left of the key. It is no good. That would have been a big 3 if it would have went. But the Dogs survived that as we go to the fourth quarter of play. As Clinton Prairie has whittled that 11-point lead down the 2. We go to the final 8 minutes. The Dogs on top, 46-44. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7, WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
Get ready for a taste explosion at the Superburger in Paoli, home of the Triple Nuke, the burger that takes flavor to a whole new level. But that's not all. They now proudly claim the title of second best burger in Indiana. Sizzle into satisfaction with their mouth-watering patties made with locally raised 90% lean grass-fed beef with fresh ingredients that'll leave your taste buds begging for more. The Superburger, where every bite is a journey of culinary delight. Swing by today and discover why they are the talk of the town. The Superburger, West Main Street in Paoli, where the Triple Nuke reigns supreme and the taste is legendary.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7 or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come. We had a shoot-off between a student from Orleans and one from Clinton Prairie. And the one from Clinton Prairie, made the layup, the free throw, three-pointer, and then all of a sudden, David, he banked one in from half court to kind of top it off and give the fans from Clinton Prairie a big round of applause across the way for his efforts. But again, a great job by the player from Orleans as well. And We get down to the final 8 minutes, and the Dogs cling to a 2-point lead.
And that was after the Gophers went on an 11-2 run to close out the quarter there. After getting the 3-point basket from Crocker with 3:03 to go in the quarter, Clinton Prairie scored, let's see, it was 9 unanswered points over the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So as you would expect, a great team like them, they're going to make a run at some point. Knew that was possible. But Orleans is going to have to be able to get a stop here to start the quarter and then try to get some baskets again on the offensive side going to the rim like they've been able to do today.
Gophers get it to start this fourth quarter. Harshbarger, Curtin, Smock, McGraw, and Firely, the 5 out there. Bounce pass down low, McGraw. McGraw turns in, reverses, kicks it out front around the perimeter. Farley, 3 on the way. Harshbarger way off the mark, no good. And Alex DeWitt has the rebound. He'll give it off to Bryce Jones. DeWitt, Jones, Crocker, Freed, and Robbins, the 5 out there for Orleans. Once again, the Dogs face a lot of pressure out high against this 3-2 zone. Into the middle, DeWitt has it. DeWitt jump pass right side to Crocker. Crocker pulls it out with the dribble, takes it to the left of the key to Jones. Had a big first half. His pass is going to be tipped and stolen. McGraw comes out of there with it for the Gophers. He takes it all the way down the lane, drives left side, shot up and good off the glass. We're tied 46-46 with 7:13 to go. Gopher fans on their feet. The Bulldog fans a little down right now, but they'll be up to cheer on their team to get them going. Bryce Jones out high to the right of the key, down low. The defender falls down. Here's DeWitt driving to the lane, lays it up and good. Alex answers with a big basket to swing the lead back out in front for the Dogs, 48-46. 6:50 to go here in this state championship game from Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Between the circles, Farley has it to Smock, to Farley right of the key. Orleans playing a lot of zone here in this second half. On the baseline, the jumper by Curtin takes a high bounce, hits the rim twice, no good. Rebound pulled off by Crocker. Once again, the Dogs doing a nice job on rebounding, but they haven't had a lot of shots that were missed that Clinton Prairie can rebound here today. Crocker between the circles into the high post, give it off to Robbins. Right side to Freed. Freed with the dribble, used up the dribble to his pass, nearly knocked away again. Got to hand it off to DeWitt. DeWitt out front to Robbins between the circles. Swing it left side to Jones. Jones to Crocker. Dogs up by 2 in the basketball with 6:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Robbins to the right of the key. Clinton Prairie again, a lot of pressure out high. Robbins around his defender, stops. Gives it out to Jones. A long 3 right side is good. Bryce Jones, another huge basket for the Dogs, and the lead back up to 5 at 51-46. Now the Dog fans have a lot to cheer about behind us. Between the circles, Farley with the dribble to McGraw. Give it off to Harshbarger. He'll swing it around the perimeter. Smock, Farley, Harshbarger to McGraw. Skip it over the top left side. Farley fakes 3 dribbles in. Short corner jumper left side. Back of the rim, no good. All Dogs underneath. With the rebound. And the Dogs look like they've stemmed the run here for Clinton Prairie to start this quarter. Down to 5:25 to go and up by 5. Right side, Robbins with the basketball. Dogs are going to be patient. Jones, who just hit a big 3 the previous trip, takes it off the dribble into the high post, but before shot can be put up by DeWitt, foul going to be called, and that will go on Clinton Prairie.
And that was just a hand check there for the Gophers. Bryce, it looked like he was going to be able to go to the basket there for just a moment, but bad news for him was he got fouled from behind, avoided that. That foul on Alex Farley of Clinton Prairie. That's his third, team's first of the quarter with 5:15 to go here in the fourth.
Coach Peckinpah will take McGraw out with those 4 fouls. See how long he'll let him sit on the bench with the lead for the Dogs at 5. Jones between the circles. Comes to the right side to Robbins. Robbins put the ball on the deck. Crocker into the corner, right side. Dribbles out of some trouble to Robbins between the circles. Fires it down low to Freed. Dump it off to DeWitt. Pump fake. Defender flies by. And Alex swings it up and good. Dogs, great ball movement that time. And they get 2 more to lead at 53-46 with 4:45 to go in the game. High post Ewing, right side. Harshbarger loads up 3. It's no good. Rebound deep out front. Farley has it. He steps into 3, top of the key. It's off the rim, no good. And a rebounding foul going to be called underneath on the floor. Looks as though we're going to stay down at the Gopher end.
We will. I think Mason Freed's going to get called for this foul. Actually, it'll be on Nolan Robbins for Orleans. So that is only the first foul, I believe, on Nolan here today. So that a little bit of a break there in a way. But, yeah, Clinton Prairie gets a chance to reset. Now with this break, they get a chance to put Jake McGraw back in, replacing Nick Curtin in the lineup.
Hunter Hayes also checks in for the first time today. Dump it down low in the lane. McGraw spins to the baseline, turns back around, lost it, ball loose. Oh, he pushed off.
Oh, yeah.
Dump it off down low, and Hayes can't hold on to it. And the turnover will give it back over to Orleans.
Well, you talk about sometimes Don Fisher, the IU broadcaster, says ball don't lie on free throws. And sometimes it even happens in live action. There was a push off. McGraw got away with that one. But the good news for Orleans was he threw the pass just a touch hot down low to Haynes. Down in the post, he couldn't get it, and the Bulldogs get a big break with the turnover.
Nearly halfway through this fourth quarter, 53-46. Dogs on top in this state championship game. Bryce Jones out high with the dribble. They have forced Clinton Prairie into poor shooting here today with that defense. See if the Dogs can answer. Here's Crocker. Oh, he had 3 in the corner, but it's going to be waved off on a moving screen called on Orleans.
Just a slight bit of movement, just enough to get the foul, according to the official there. Tough break for Orleans on that one. That's 2 on Mason Freed. It's another turnover. The Dogs have been much better taking care of the basketball here in the second half, although it started to slip a little bit there at the end of the third. But Orleans have been playing well defensively the last couple of possessions. They just got to keep it going here.
Halfway through this fourth quarter, Clinton Prairie to the point where every possession is critical now that they'll have to score. Farley around the perimeter. Harshbarger loads up another 3. This one's in and out, no good. McGraw keeps the rebound alive, turns in the lane, blocked out of there by Jones. McGraw again, a spin move, shot Harsh McGlock, got it again, put it up and in. Boy, Harshbarger just did not give up. Jake with second, third, and fourth effort. 53-48. Quickly Crocker into the lane, and the ball is knocked off his hand and foot out of bounds. That'll be turnover number 13 on Orleans, and timeout taken. 3:36 to go. Orleans still on top, 53-48. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3, and 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Experience construction on your terms with Reynolds Construction. Located in Orleans, Indiana, we focus on delivering results through collaboration and innovation, maintaining an open and transparent approach. Our commitment to long-term success with our partners stands strong. At Reynolds, we prioritize your preferences, ensuring you work the way you want. Reach us at 877-770-0127 or visit our website at www.reynoldscon.com to learn more about our services. Choose Reynolds Construction for reliability and excellence.
3 minutes, 36 seconds is all that's left in this Class A state championship game from Gamebridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis, which means the Dogs right now are just a little over 3.5 minutes away from a state championship, and they lead at 53-48.
This has been the critical point here for Orleans throughout the tournament, especially last week, because against Hauser, they had recovered from a 13-point deficit to get it within, I believe it was 4 or 6 around this point as well. And then against Clay City, it was still kind of a toss-up game at this point. So Orleans has been here before. That's the good news. Clinton Prairie was able to pull away from both of their opponents in Triton and Couts last week in the semi-state, even though they've been in this position throughout the season. Having been there recently in a high-pressure situation like this, got to think that's going to help the Bulldogs. The Gophers have come back. They've taken the lead in the points in the paint, 28-26, thanks to Jake McGraw's efforts here in the second half. He still has 4 fouls. Bulldogs going to have to try to see if they can draw something on him here. If they can get him fouled out, that could make a big difference here down the stretch.
Dogs go 2-2-1 full court pressure. Saw a little bit of this in the game earlier. McGraw has it on the right wing. McGraw has the ball knocked away and stolen. Here's that Dogs defense coming up with a huge steal with 3:24 to go, leading 53-48. Right side, Nate Brown with the basketball for Orleans. Brown keeps the dribble alive. Give it off to Crocker out high. Crocker right along the logo. Give it out front to Bryce Jones. Jones looks down low. Nobody open. Still fires down low. Now he's gotten to win on the baseline. Pump fake by Alex. Shot no good. And rebound pulled down by Curtin. Boy, Dogs, a great look. Just couldn't get that one to fall. Quickly into the corner. Farley doesn't take the three. His pass deflected, but coming down with it is Smock, and he'll pull it back out to reset the offense. Jones, again, very aggressive out high on this defense for Orleans. Right side to Harshbarger. Harshbarger against the 2-3. Looking down low, he gets it to McGraw. Spin move on the baseline, up and under on Freed. Good defense, but still got it up off the glass.
That was a good move. He went under Mason on the pump fake there. Mason was ready to block it, but McGraw made just a little bit of a half fake there to get him off the ground to get the shot to go down.
53-50, Dogs up and the basketball with 2:27 to go. Crocker around the perimeter to Jones between the circles. Jones working, fires it down low. Here's Freed all alone, lays it up there. Good. Nice find by Jones to Mason Freed. 2 big points for Mason, and the Dogs lead it again by 5 with 2:12 to go. Right side, Harshbarger. Give it off on the right wing. Looking is Farley. Farley, they kept him in check. He had a couple of threes early, but for the most part, the Dogs have done a nice job of closing out on him. Dogs staying at 2-3. Ball knocked away. Stolen out front by Ryland Crocker. Run on one down the lane. Shot up good. Counted and a foul. And Ryland Crocker will have a 3-point play opportunity with 1:56 to go. And he can give the Dogs an 8-point lead.
You know what, Dave? He averages 1 steal per game. That was the biggest steal of his career. This senior wants to go out a state champion. He got a big deflection, just kind of took it away at half court and then runs it the other way. Does a great job absorbing the contact going down the right side. Great concentration to lay it in. He's one of the more focused kids I've ever seen at this level. He does a great job.
Oh, free throw too hard, no good. Rebound pulled down by McGraw. Down to 1:50 and counting. Dogs stay in their 2-3 zone. McGraw between the circles. Flint Gray got to have a sense of urgency, but they're still very patient. High post pass, McGraw, kick it out. 3 by Farley on the way, good. That'll get you back in at 57-53. And timeout going to be quickly taken by Coach Chad Peckinpah. 1:35 to go. Nothing is easy when you get to this point of the season. Dogs lead it by 4. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
At Springer & Springer Insurance, we get it. Insurance can be frustrating. That's why we make it simple. With locations in Orleans, Bedford, Salem, French Lick, and Greenwood, we take the time to get to know you, your needs, life, and goals before finding the right coverage for you. Whether it's auto, homeowners, life, commercial, or farm insurance, we work with a range of trusted companies to give you the best options. Call 812-865-3133 today. Springer & Springer Insurance, making insurance easy.
Orleans Auto Value Parts emphasizes the importance of maintaining your current vehicle amidst rising new car prices. They are your local auto value dealer offering affordable, high-quality auto parts with reliable service. They stock Deca and Interstate batteries, custom-make hoses, and provide paint mixing services to match any vehicle color on the road. Visit them at 153 West Washington Street in Orleans or reach out by phone at 812-865-4444.
1:35 is all that remains in this Class A state championship game, and the Dogs lead at 57-53. But if they can keep making defensive plays like they have the last couple of series, David, they'll be in good shape.
They certainly will, and obviously Farley getting loose, as you pointed out. He hadn't really done much from behind the arc since the first quarter, but my goodness, he's got a good shot on him. He's 47% from behind the arc, and I don't care what level you play. That is incredibly accurate. And so Clinton Prairie staying in it with the 3-point shot, but all in all, Orleans doing a pretty good job. They've weathered the storm so far. Clinton Prairie went right at them after going down 11 in the third quarter. They cut the lead down to 2, actually tied the game right at the beginning of the third quarter, but the Dogs have not wavered, and that's exactly what we've seen the entire postseason from the Medora game in the first round of the sectional to now. And it starts with Coach Bradley, the coaching staff. They don't flinch. These guys are veterans, and they are not flinching in this moment either. So they're doing a great job. Expect Clinton Prairie to put a lot more pressure on the Dogs, and it looks like they're going to go to the full court press out of the timeout with 1:35 to go.
We saw Clinton Prairie foul late in that first half to kind of slow down the game, but they're at a point now where they're going to have to slow and maybe make the Dogs beat them at the free throw line. Jones down the right sideline to DeWitt, yet to get it across the timeline. Now they do to Crocker. Crocker between two players, pulls up the dribble at the logo. Bounce pass goes left side to Brown. Brown looking into the middle, can't get it to Jones. Now he does, shoves him off to Bryce. They got DeWitt down low, gambling out high, and Bryce again caught in a double team right along the sideline, and he has to take a timeout. But the Dogs were able to run some precious seconds off the clock, down to 1:11 to go, leading by 4. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3, and 96.9 WKLO.
Turn your dining experience into a fiesta at El Compadre, the heart of flavor and fun. Open Monday through Thursday and Sundays from 11 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturdays from 11 to 10 p.m. Craving something special? Try one of our mouth-watering entrees that will make your taste buds salsa. And for the ultimate party starter, sip on the best margarita around. Visit one of our 5 locations, Paoli at 300 East Main Street, West Baden, Mitchell, Orleans, Bedford, and coming soon, Palmyra. El Compadre, where the flavor is as bold as the fun.
From the court to the countryside, make your next big win a trip to French Lick. Whether you're celebrating victory or just need a timeout, French Lick has you covered. World-class resorts, legendary history, cozy cabins, and family fun all year long. Don't just play hard, relax hard. Go to visit FrenchLickWestBaden.com and plan your next getaway today. Best of luck to the Orleans Bulldogs as they bring home a state championship. You got the entire community behind you.
Dogs get it in to Crocker, weaving his way through defenders to Brown. Lob it down low, all along, Alex DeWitt as he got behind the defense. And it's 59-53 with less than a minute to go for the Dogs in the state championship. Quickly, Farley to the offensive end. Dog fans rise to their feet behind us. Between the circles, Farley running off some precious seconds to McGraw. McGraw launches 3 right side off the rim, no good. Rebound underneath. Nate Brown, another big one for Orleans. Trapping in the backcourt. Crocker in the backcourt's going to be fouled with 38.6 seconds to go. Still, though, the Dogs not going to the free throw line as Prairie has some fouls to give.
Yeah, they still have one more to give, actually, with 38.6 to go. That foul will be on the Gophers, and that is their 3rd team foul of the quarter, and that'll be on Evan Smock. That will be his 3rd. So they'll switch out Harshbarger going with defense here, putting the 6-foot junior forward, Nick Ewing, into the contest.
Full court man-to-man pressure by the Gophers. DeWitt will trigger it in. Gets into Crocker in the backcourt. Crocker with the dribble, and he's going to be fouled from behind. Smock tried to reach in and poke it away. Instead, got him on the arm with 35.7 seconds to go. 6-point Orleans lead. They'll have the length of the court to go.
And that'll be the 4th foul on Evan Smock. That's 4 on the Gophers in the quarter. So the next defensive foul on Clinton Prairie, and the Bulldogs will be in the double bonus.
DeWitt gets it into Jones, and he'll be fouled immediately in the corner. And for Orleans, that's the man that they wanted to see the ball in his hands. Bryce Jones hit 3 out of 4 to seal the deal in the final few seconds last week in that semi-state championship game against Clay City.
It's funny now, but Bryce said when he stepped up the first time, he said, I was scared to death. And I'm hoping he's not scared to death right now. Hopefully he's just as calm as he normally is. He's a great free throw shooter at 75%. 4th foul on Farley as Bryce makes that first one. The Gophers now over the limit. They're going to put Harshbarger back in, offense for defense, replacing Nick Ewing in the lineup. So if Bryce can make this, all of a sudden it's an 8-point lead, and the Bulldogs are sitting pretty with 34 seconds to go.
Bryce just a head shake when he made that one. The second one is too hard, no good. Rebound going to be pulled down by Smock, and Bryce trying to come from behind to poke it away will end up getting the personal foul.
Yeah, I know the Bulldog fans are going to boo this, but it's a great call. He tried a little too hard to go after it, tried to swat down. That's going to be the 2nd on Bryce. That'll be the team's 3rd. So the Bulldogs still have 1 foul to give here with 33 seconds to go, if they so choose to use that as they get their defense set.
McGraw going to let it come in. Brown comes back. He'll pick it up. Across the timeline, McGraw dump it into the corner, and Farley, he stepped out of bounds. And that's a huge turnover there by Clinton Prairie as the Dogs will get it back up by 7 with 29 seconds to go.
Wow, I just lost his position there for a moment. He was in a good spot in that corner, wide open, but he just kind of stepped back a little bit, and the line was there. I just don't think he had the spatial awareness that time, but huge break for Orleans.
Full court man-to-man pressure. DeWitt gets it into Crocker. Crocker works his way underneath the bucket. Double team there. The foul going to be called, and that'll be it on the day for Farley of Clinton Prairie.
That's a big loss, obviously, because, again, he's their best three-point shooter, and so you lose him. That does take away a weapon for you with 26.8 seconds to go. The Gophers trying to extend this, so Farley will have to come out. Crocker will step up. Of course, he's going to be delayed just a little bit. Harshbarger will check in, but I don't think Coach Beckenpaw is aware of how many fouls Alex Farley has because he's subbing Harshbarger in, but Harshbarger is the one who's having to tell Farley, hey, that's 5. So he's going to have to come out. He's done, and he will foul out of this game for Clinton Prairie, haven't had a pretty good game overall offensively for this team, as Farley will leave with 16, which is right on his average, 16.4 a game coming in.
Crocker's free throw up and good. 61-53, Orleans on top. 26.8 seconds is all that remains in this championship game. Second free throw by Crocker, front of the rim, back of the rim, and through. Dogs will pull back their pressure just to make sure they get it in. And McGraw down the right sideline. McGraw crosses over all the way to the rim, steps through two defenders. Fadeaway shot from 5 feet up, good, and a quick timeout going to be taken by Coach Chad Peckinpah with just 19.2 seconds to go. 62-55, and the Bulldog fans behind us are ready to erupt. They know they don't want to go early, but they only have to wait 19.2 seconds. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
Kirby Hardware has been helping the residents of Orleans keep their homes and farms running smoothly since 1953. Kirby Hardware carries a full line of GE appliances, hardware items, household items, lawn and garden supplies, paint, and a full line of plumbing, all with the knowledge to get you what you need to do the job right the first time. Kirby Hardware open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 till 2. Phone them at 812-865-2510. Kirby Hardware at 206 East Jefferson Street.
Dogs with the basketball, length of the court to go, leading at 62-55. DeWitt tried to get it in, but a foul going to be called. A holding foul will be whistled against Clinton Prairie. With no time taken off the clock, walk the length of the court. The Dogs will be back at the free throw line, and it's going to be number 14, Bryce Jones, for a couple of more. And another player will foul out for Clinton Prairie, this time Evan Smock.
Yeah, he's done for the day, made a couple of big threes there in the first half. So that's two of your top six who are out of the game now for Clinton Prairie, starting to run out of options. Bryce with that high arcing shot. He didn't look scared on that one. He knocked it right down the middle. So that's with Bryce, though. I mean, he's got an interesting shot, straight up, straight down. Once he finds his rhythm, he can get on a roll at the line.
Second one is right through there as well. 64-55, back to 9 points with 19 seconds to go. McGraw quickly, offensive end stops, loads up three, right of the key, front of the rim, no good. Rebound, who else? Bryce Jones. He'll bring it down, and that'll run out the clock. And the Dogs are starting to celebrate here behind us and across the way. Coach Mark Wheeler and Coach Tom Bradley hug. It's tears of joy, down to zeros. The Dogs have done it. The Dogs have done it. The Dogs have done it. They are your 2025 Class A Boys State Champions. Your final today over Clinton Prairie. It is Orleans 64 and Clinton Prairie 55 as the celebration begins here at Gamebridge Fieldhouse for the Dogs. As, again, just tears of joy flowing from the fans and across the way. And what a game that these Dogs played here this morning and afternoon to come away with the win over Clinton Prairie. So for the past 2 weeks, the Dogs have taken down number 1, number 2, number 3, and now they're state champs.
Well, not bad for the number 4 team in the state of Indiana in Class A. I mean, my goodness, what a sequence to beat Hauser, who was number 2, Clay City, who was number 1, and now to beat number 3. And this was a really good Clinton Prairie team. They reminded me a little bit of Hauser, the way they played in some ways. But what an honor and what a spectacular outing, especially after that run, for Orleans to come back and to do something no other team in their conference has ever done. The PLAC has had 2 state runner-ups, Paoli in 1999, Crawford County in 2017. But now Orleans can say that they are state champions for the first time in their 114-year history. Congratulations to the coaching staff and the players on a job well done all week and today as well. And for this team, for this program, for this community, this is as good as it gets, winning a state championship. This is a spectacular moment for this Orleans community.
We thought the celebration was big last weekend. Well, let's get ready to blow the top of it off this weekend as the Dogs will come back, and they are the state champions in Class A as Orleans, their 25th win of the year. Well, they're all big, but this will be the one that people and fans from throughout Orleans and the Orange County community will remember as they come away here with the victory here as head coach Tom Bradley being interviewed on the big Jumbotron and the screen above us and trying to maybe we can pick up some of that. But, man, what a game that his team did play here today.
Yeah, certainly did. And, I mean, he has every right and every reason to be proud of his team. They faced a very good team, as we mentioned today, but, I mean, they just stuck to who they were. They didn't try to impersonate another team. They didn't try to be somebody else. They were just the Orleans Bulldogs, the team that the program and the team that Coach Bradley has built for 26 years with this coaching staff. And they did it by sticking together, being one unit and not making it about one person. And that's why Orleans won this. That's why they won the sectional, the regional, the semi-state, and now why they won the state championship. They endured. They showed an incredible amount of resiliency, and that is why they are state champions and why they're going to get to bring home the big trophy, with that state championship trophy coming back to Northern Orange County tonight.
It is Orleans, your Class A state basketball champions, 64-55. We'll have more from Gamebridge Fieldhouse as the Dogs celebrate their state championship. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3, and 96.9 WKLO.
Farmers, ensure your peace of mind with Green Acres Ag Insurance in Hardinsburg, Indiana. Weather, markets, and unexpected events can hit your operation hard. Protect your crops and livestock from financial losses with the right insurance program. CJ Fleener is your local expert, ready to customize a policy just for you. Don't leave your future to chance. Call CJ Fleener at 812-797-2073 today for reliable coverage and secure your farm's future. Green Acres Ag Insurance, Hardinsburg, Indiana. Your crops, your livestock, our protection. This agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Orange County REMC offers security systems for your home. Home security systems are available to members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you will have a peace of mind whether you are at home, work, or vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Install a security system for as low as $299 with monitoring, starting at $29.95 per month with bundle. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Thinking of doing a kitchen or bathroom renovation? Need new cabinets or countertops? Call Rutherford Custom Kitchens and More. Be confident in the work you have done. Rutherford Kitchens and More offers custom kitchens and bath, professional installation, and free estimates. Call them at 812-865-2127 or visit them at 220 East Jefferson Street in Orleans. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Out with the old and in with the new at Rutherford Kitchens and More.
Dogs going to take home all the hardware today as Bryce Jones, the senior point guard, has just been named the 2025 Ray Kraft Mental Attitude Award winner. So congratulations to Bryce Jones. What an accomplishment. But if you talk to Bryce, he's going to deflect it very quickly, saying, without my teammates, I would never have a chance to win this. But what a great honor for Bryce and his family, the Orleans Bulldogs, and the community here today. What a game he played. He was a catalyst in this state championship ball game.
And he was all season long. And, Dave, you could go back to his sophomore year. He was been a catalyst in this program his entire career. And, what a moment for Bryce. What a well-deserved, obviously. He's a fine young man. I really had never seen him smile until they won the semi-state last week. And now the smile might be even bigger now that they've won the state championship. But what a proud moment for his parents, too, and for his family. But I'm sure his teammates are thrilled to pieces for him as well. And obviously, Coach Bradley, as well as the rest of the coaching staff, you can't be anything but proud of Bryce. He accomplished so much on the floor, but he's obviously been active off the floor, great in the classroom, great in the community, as everybody in Orleans is aware. And he's just a kid who exemplifies what it means to be a student athlete and to be a valued member of his community, his team, and his school as well. So well-deserved. Congratulations to Bryce. And my goodness, just can't be anything but proud of him for everything that he's accomplished and for his team as well.
Yeah, he is definitely a proud Orleans Bulldog, as all of those players are over there, because, the Bulldog colors are red, but their goal today was to get blue, and that's the ribbon that they will get, which means they are state champs.
It doesn't match, but who cares? You've won a state championship, and that's what matters. So, these guys earned this today, hard work and obviously perseverance, and that's what it takes to be a champion. Plus, you got to get some breaks to go your way, and, of course, the Dogs got that in this game, as they did in the semi-state last week, too, against two great teams. And as people like to say, coaches like to say, you got to beat great teams if you're going to do great things. And that's exactly what Orleans has done on the basketball court, playing in the 84-by-50 rectangle all postseason. And for Clinton Prairie, they just got to salute them. They're a very good basketball team. They really fought back, and a lot of teams would have wilted after being down 11 like they were in the third quarter. But they came back, tied the game up early in the fourth, but Orleans weathered the storm just like they did last week against Hauser and Clay City. And that's something that the Bulldogs should be proud of. That's not something that just applies to the playing floor. That applies to life as well. Resiliency is something you can carry forward into your post-playing career.
You know, people wonder, well, how do you win a state championship? You got to be a good team, first of all.
Right.
And as you mentioned, you got to have some luck. But over the past 4 weeks, you got to play good basketball. And for the Dogs, they did that. And, I mean, they did that against some excellent teams, as we talked about. They took down 1, 2, and 3 on their march here to Gamebridge Fieldhouse to be state champions. So you can never say that this Bulldogs team backed into a state championship. They went out and earned it on the hardwood this year.
You beat the top 3. You have absolutely earned it. And you talk to people in the Orleans community, they would say last year's team was better roster-wise because of the senior class. And obviously Carter Allen, Ian Hall, Xavier Alston, all those guys did a phenomenal job. And they're just as much a part of this as these guys are, even though they didn't suit up and they have graduated. But they were around these guys for those years, for the last couple of years, and they helped make these guys better basketball players as well. So that certainly has to be recognized, I believe, with that senior class. But these are the guys who gelled together. Things went the right way. They started playing their best basketball when it was absolutely needed, and that is why they are state champions and why they're going to get to bring home some medals and also get to bring home the big trophy, the state championship trophy, which without question will be hanging prominently in that trophy case there right outside the doghouse inside Orleans Junior-Senior High School.
I think the Bulldogs, it's not the shop class anymore, but the STEM class needs to build its own huge trophy case so that can be prominently presented and shown out front there. And, of course, it means that there'll be a banner hanging now at the doghouse saying, Boys Basketball Class A 2025 state champs, and that's the Orleans Bulldogs, as their fans have followed them, as we mentioned at the top of today's broadcast, in droves here today, and they have followed them, and it's going to be a happy trip back to Orleans tonight to celebrate. I want to try and get over maybe Athletic Director Mark Wheeler to find out maybe what might be in store in this celebration, because the Dogs definitely have a reason to celebrate. The school's first ever state championship, and it comes in boys basketball here today at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Again, the final was Orleans winning at 64-55, excuse me, as the Bulldogs take care of the basketball. Well, not as much as they usually do. They had 14 turnovers in this game. Clinton Prairie only 8. Big difference, though, was rebounding here today as Orleans able to control the backboards. And, of course, we came in talking about their defense, David. The fact that they give up less than 40, but still they give up 55 today. And you think, well, that's over their average. But, folks, you got to look at that. That's 11 less than Clinton Prairie normally scores in a game. So you can say job well done on that end of the floor.
Yes, exactly. Clinton Prairie was almost on autopilot offensively last week. I mean, they were putting 70 points on Couts, who was a really good team in the northern corner of the state and the northwest corner. And so this was a very well-documented offensive team. We mentioned perimeter shooting, Dave, from the outside, and to limit them to 5 out of 19 from behind the arc. Amazing. That right there gives you all the difference. Plus, the Bulldogs were 6 out of 10 from behind the arc. So it wasn't about the volume for Orleans. It was about the efficiency. And Clinton Prairie holding them to 5 made threes for a team that shoots 37% from behind the arc. Job well done, absolutely, on the defensive end, keeping that perimeter contained, even after Clinton Prairie got off to a hot start there in the first quarter.
Well, you go back to the regional game, David, and that's where it all started with the good shooting that Orleans had. And they maintained that over those past 4 games in the regional, the 2 in the semi-state last week where they were over 60%. And again here today in this state championship game, again, over 60% field goal shooting.
Yeah, it's just efficient offense, work for good shots, but then trade good shots for great shots. And that's what Orleans did so well, as they're going to start getting their awards here in the postgame. But the Bulldogs certainly shot the ball very well. They were efficient. They were very consistent throughout. And what's most impressive is in closing time, they were 6 out of 7 from the floor. And when you're closing at that rate and making 5 out of 7 at the free throw line, you only took 1 3-point shot, didn't force the issue. But that's the discipline. And that's also the good fundamentally sound basketball that we're accustomed to seeing from the Orleans Bulldogs. They carried that out today for 4 quarters on both ends of the floor. And it just makes you really proud. I know if you're Coach Bradley, to see these guys carry it out and play their best when it was needed.
Well, let's talk about these young men that are receiving these medals right now. Nolan Robbins, Nate Brown, Alex DeWitt, Rylan Crocker, Bryce Jones, Mason Freed, Kagan Russell, Jimmy Sanders, Troy Dilly, Dane Freed, Caden Burning, and Owen Gilbert, along with the coaching staff of head coach Tom Bradley, assistant coach Murphy Wheeler, varsity assistant Mark Wheeler, as well as assistant coaches Michael Stroud and Paul Stroud. So, Coach Bradley, you know, we talked about the great career that he has had, over 400 wins, all the sectionals that he's had under his tutelage. And now we talked about, you know, the only thing that was kind of left off the shelf maybe, or not that he had accomplished, and something that a lot of coaches who are in the Hall of Fame never accomplished, and that's a state championship. But this should solidify Coach Bradley in the future. Hopefully it'll be a few years down the future, though, before he decides to hang it up and become eligible. But he definitely falls in that category of a Hall of Fame coach.
He certainly does. And, Dave, I've told so many people when I've had conversations with them about coaches around the area, and I've said if Tom Bradley never won a state title, I thought he was a Hall of Fame coach. But this is a cementing moment. Well-deserved. I know he's not looking for the recognition. I know he's not looking for the spotlight. He's as humble as they come. One of the most well-respected coaches. Never heard a coach say a cross word about him at all. He is so well-respected and revered in this profession in Southern Indiana. I mean, he joins the ranks of Doc Nash, Josh Thompson, as well as Mike Wagner, the former coach at Lagodi. And, I mean, just what a job he and his staff did. But, I mean, to be with those guys now and being a state champion, he's joined that fraternity now. And, of course, he's going to make it all about his guys, and deservedly so. But he's the one with his coaching staff that have provided that blueprint for 26 years. It's led to 425 wins, 10 sectional titles, 2 regional titles, a semi-state, and now add that state championship to put the cherry on top of the sundae, as it were.
And maybe the most difficult thing that he done, he won it at his own home school where he graduated and played basketball himself, and then comes back to do this and lead these group of outstanding young men to receive the state championship trophy, which is now going to be bestowed upon them. Of course, the senior group will come up to accept that trophy. And, of course, that's Rylan Crocker, Bryce Jones against Kagan Russell, and Jimmy Sanders. Again, the very first state championship in Orleans high school history. And it comes in boys basketball here today at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. And these Orleans fans, I think a few of them may even be a little bit stunned, David, as we really see this happen.
That's almost a pinch me moment, because you dream about this and you think, well, how is it going to happen? And I know that was kind of the talk this week. How are we going to do this? And when you finally see it, sometimes it takes a few moments at the very least for it to sink in. And I'm sure there's some people that are still kind of taken aback by it and still trying to process this. But, I mean, you can't deny it. This is there. This is now a state championship that Orleans has earned. They've won it. And, I mean, eventually it'll sink in. And once it does, this is going to be a season everybody in the Orleans community will look back on. And they're going to have great memories about this season, watching this team and being together as a family, families, I should say, plural, and being able to take in this moment. This is something you never forget. And this will be a picture that will be hanging in the doghouse for years to come, and everybody's going to be looking at that and saying, I was there, got to see that, or I listened to that game and got to hear Orleans win a state title. That's something that you can't make it up, and you can't make it up out of whole cloth, but you also, there's nothing else like it either.
Well, that it is. If the Dogs have a theme song, it's now Queen, We Are the Champions, and that they are in Class A boys state basketball. As they have their normal, what you'd call a photo that you would see probably up on the picture, everybody's smiling. And now they get a little exotic here, everybody cheering, pointing to the trophy and doing all kinds of things. So add a little animation to it as well and make it that much more fun, because this is a moment that these young men will remember the rest of their lives. And, of course, they will go down in basketball lore at Orleans High School. This will be the team, that picture on the wall that every young man and every young woman basketball player that walks around the doghouse, this is the one that they will point to saying, this is what we want to do.
Exactly right. And, this is something that these guys, Bryce and Rylan, both said it last week at postgame. We've dreamed about going to state since we were little kids. And when you see a dream like that come true, it's truly incredible and just a wonderful moment to see all that hard work come to fruition. These guys have been playing since they were in the Biddy Ball program, and they've come up through the ranks and gotten to know Coach Bradley. They've had great coaches coming up through the junior high level and into the high school level as well. And so for these guys, I mean, it's a spectacular moment. It's special, and these are memories that you treasure right here when you get a chance to do something like this. So it's truly remarkable and well-earned. And so for these guys, just can't help but be proud of them for all their efforts all season and throughout their careers too.
Well, we also got a tip of the hand to all the people behind us, the fans who followed the Dogs all season long, and they get to come and celebrate here today in downtown Indianapolis, as they are just as much a part of this team as most of the players. You know, they probably lived and died more than the players on a lot of these games, on some of these plays, you know. But they stood with them through thick and thin, and just an outstanding season. 25 wins, the most in school history. And, of course, cap it off here with this great tournament run of sectional, regional, semi-state, and now state champions, the Orleans Bulldogs in Class A. And now they get to do another symbolic thing, and that's cut down the nets.
Yeah, and of course here you don't necessarily get to cut the nets with the scissors as you do in the other rounds. You get to take the whole thing down. They got to replace the whole thing because, of course, the 2A championship is coming up, but you get to take that home. And now there's a shirt. Defense wins championships. Paul Stroud, one of the assistants, carrying that around. And does it ever for Orleans. They made the key stops at this game, of course, so just remarkable to get all the souvenirs now, to all the trappings that come with winning a state championship. The fight song plays, and this is the most sweet fight song that the band has ever played in the history of Orleans. So we'll see how that all comes to fruition, and we'll, of course, get to see this team celebrate what is a monumental moment in the history of the school and the community as well.
We'll have more post-game festivities from Cambridge Fieldhouse. The Bulldogs are state champions. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7 WSEZ, and WKLO 96.9.
Kirby Hardware has been helping the residents of Orleans keep their homes and farms running smoothly since 1953. Kirby Hardware carries a full line of GE appliances, hardware items, household items, lawn and garden supplies, paint, and a full line of plumbing, all with the knowledge to get you what you need to do the job right the first time. Kirby Hardware open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 till 2. Phone them at 812-865-2510. Kirby Hardware at 206 East Jefferson Street.
Looking for insurance to fit your life? At Tucker Insurance Group, we offer a broad range of quality insurance products at competitive prices. As an independent agency, we're dedicated to providing personalized service to every customer. Whether it's home, auto, life, or business insurance, Tracy Tucker and Tyler Atchison are here to guide you through the process, giving you the service and care you deserve. Tucker Insurance Group, where your protection is our priority. Call 812-913-9095 and let us help you secure your future.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
There's been a lot of celebrating going on, and that's one of the things that is different at the state finals, in sectional, regional, and semi-state. You get the team out there to celebrate with themselves and their coaching staff, and then you get the fans rush out there. But unfortunately here, that's not a part of the state finals, but hopefully we'll get that done later on this evening at the Doghouse, as the Bulldogs are state champions here today. Bryce Jones, the Ray Kraft Medal Attitude Award winner. And it's just been a big day for Orleans High School basketball.
That it has. And, you come into this game, you're not necessarily sure how it's going to go. You're not necessarily sure if Orleans can face up to another team that's got the length and the athleticism of Clinton Prairie. But, my goodness, did they ever do it. And turnovers were really the biggest issue the Bulldogs had today, which is uncharacteristic for a team that averages 6.5 per game coming into this state final. But they overcame it with great rebounding, timely stops defensively, made some big baskets, too, down the stretch. So that making the game what it was. And the three guys who have led them all season, Alex DeWitt, Bryce Jones, and Rylan Crocker, They led the way again. Alex had 24 points and 7 rebounds today for the Dogs as Orleans gets this one. Bryce Jones, 17 points, 5 rebounds. Rylan Crocker, 16 points. But you can't leave Mason Freed out. He was phenomenal and gave them great minutes in the first half, had 4 points on a couple of drop-offs down into the post, 5 rebounds in the first half, 3 offensive, and then Nate Brown with a big 3-point shot there in that third quarter. He had 7 assists in this game, too, so he scores 3 points. Nolan Robbins and Kagan Russell don't score, but they were contributors in their own way on the defensive end. Kagan coming in to play some defense there, head of the press there late in the game, so those guys lead the way. And then for Clinton Prairie, Jake McGraw, 23 points, got his average today to lead the way. Alex Farley had 16. Nick Curtin had 10. And Evan Smock scored 6 to round it out for the Gophers. Ryan Harshbarger, Nick Ewing, and Hunter Haynes saw time today. The points of the paint, dead even at 32 apiece, 18-9. Points off turnovers for Clinton Prairie. And the Bulldogs involved in 6 ties, 4 lead changes, led by as much as 11 points in this game. And they go on to win it, outscoring Clinton Prairie in the fourth quarter, 18-11 to win it 64-55 in the Class A state championship here in downtown Indianapolis.
Well, what you like to see in a game like this, David, there were a lot of heroes.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's been the thing with Orleans throughout the course of the home stretch of the season. Obviously, we know that Ryland's been the leading scorer all season. Alex has been right behind him, and then Bryce, the third double-figure scorer. But you had multiple guys who made contributions today, and that's what has made this Bulldog team so durable through the postseason, is that while Nolan Robbins may not score a lot of points, he can get you a deflection or a steal, block shot, rebound, and the same can be said for Nate Brown. And those guys aren't big scorers, and they may not make the headlines, but they are part of the glue that keeps this team together and making those big plays that go unsung in the stat sheet sometimes. You need guys like that, and Orleans has those guys. They accept their roles, and they embrace them, and that's why this team has been so special.
Remember the score, 64-55, Orleans over Clinton Prairie. The Orleans Bulldogs are Class A boys state basketball champions in the state of Indiana. We'll be back to wrap things up from Gamebridge Fieldhouse. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on Mix 95.3, Gold 98.7, WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
A family-run company started in 1960 by father and sons, Riverview Farms Incorporated is 50 years and counting. Riverview Farms Incorporated primary focus is pullets, chicken, hogs, and turkeys, and some feed crops as well. Located in Orleans, Indiana, Riverview Farms is a viable agribusiness 4 generations strong and counting, and among the biggest producers of poultry and eggs in the state of Indiana. Riverview Farms, working for families, working for you.
Choose Orange County Fiber, your hometown internet provider, to receive fast and reliable internet. Fiber optics is the best technology in the world for delivering internet services to homes and businesses. Orange County Fiber offers speeds up to 1 gigabyte per second with no contracts or data caps. You can even bundle with our home phone service or home security to receive a discount. Ready to make the switch? Call today at 812-865-2229 or visit our website at www.myremc.coop.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
The Orleans Bulldogs, well, they celebrate as state champions, and what a day it has been here at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. You never know, David, what's going to happen when you come out on a big stage like this. But for the Orleans Bulldogs, this stage was just what they needed. They came out and showed the entire state of Indiana what makes them the team that they are and why they are state champions.
And what's great about it, too, was they never let the big stage intimidate them either. They played in an NBA arena in a place where the Indiana Pacers have called home for the last quarter century, but they made it almost like their home court today, as they did at Seymour and Lagodi over the past few weeks. So it's just a privilege to see a team come together the way Orleans did and to see them really form not just a close bond on the floor, but off the floor as well. And that's certainly wonderful to see. And today they did what they did all tournament long. They played consistently well on both ends of the floor. Orleans goes on to shoot 23 of 36 today, 64%, 6 out of 10 from long range, 60%, 12 of 16 on free throws, making their last 4 in the game for 75%. Clinton Prairie held to 45% shooting on 21 of 47, 5 of 19 from long range, and 8 out of 12 at the free throw line. Did not attempt a free throw in that fourth quarter of play, while Orleans went 5 out of 7 there down the home stretch. So a great job by the Orleans Bulldogs to win this state championship, to do what they've done and be consistent, stay within themselves, and that's why they are able to win the state championship here today. And now the celebration can commence in the town of Orleans.
Well, we talked about it earlier. David and I have been here a few times, but this is the first time that we get to celebrate a state championship with the team that we've been able to follow. And what a thrill it has been to see this Orleans Bulldog team. We had them right at the very beginning of the year when they were over at Crothersville and started off this season. You never know how it's going to end, but it was a magical run and a great finish here in Indianapolis for the Bulldogs.
Quite a contrast from where we started with that small gym in Crothersville to playing in this NBA arena, right? I mean, goodness gracious, this place it's a great building for one. And I mean, we've seen the heartbreak, obviously, in our case on WKLO, seeing it with North Harrison's girls falling short both times at 16 and 17. And then 2 years ago, Corridon's girls just right there, but couldn't quite finish it in the state championship game. And, of course, Crawford County made it in 2017, and they just couldn't quite keep their magical run going for one more game. But for this Orleans team to do this, I mean, it's quite an accomplishment. You never know what might happen. It's high school basketball after all, but the Bulldogs starting in Crothersville at the beginning, a team that was a work in progress, and they really became a complete team here at the end of the season. So, I mean, way to go, Orleans. Nicely done by everybody on this team this year. And for this Orleans team, a state championship and certainly memories made, and that's what you want to do when you're playing this time of the year. So for these young guys who are going to be coming back next year, now they know what it's like, and now they can definitely go into the offseason a team that's going to be smiling a lot more after what they did this year with a great season, going 25-4 and clinching a state championship.
Well, it was 1999. We came up with Paola, and they also came up short, but the Bulldogs get the job done today. So congratulations to Coach Tom Bradley. And again, you know, the entire team will remember this day, history, and of course for these seniors, Wyland Crocker, Bryce Jones, along with Kagan Russell and Jimmy Sanders. What a way to close out your career. It couldn't end on a better note.
100%. I know these guys are very close with their teammates, and, of course, they're great leaders, too. I know Kagan and Jimmy don't get a lot of playing time, but those guys work just as hard as Bryce and Ryland and everybody else on the team do. So for those guys to go out as state champs to close your career, of course, you never want your season to end when you're playing that well, but if it's going to end, you'd like it to end with a state championship. And for those guys, it's truly special that they get to end their careers like that, because only 4 teams that come up here every year, those senior classes, get to say that we ended as state champions. And for those guys, that's certainly the case going home to Northern Orange County.
Well, David, it's been fun today, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely has. Been a blast. Of course, it's been great to share this experience with you going through the regional, the semi-state, and the state finals, Dave. And appreciate, of course, getting to work with you during this postseason. And obviously, we're proud of this Orleans team and what they've done, and we've just been along for the ride, but it's certainly been a ride that we have enjoyed the entire way.
That we have. You know, we always tell coaches at the end of the year, you know, we appreciate just being a very small part of the program, whatever way you can help it. My goodness, what a way to end the season on a high note. There's only going to be 4 teams that are happy after today, and the Orleans Bulldogs set the stage. They're the first to punch their ticket as a state champion.
And only one of 2 teams from the southern half of the bracket that actually are in here. Of course, University's playing in this 2A game, and they're in Carmel area school. And then you got the 3A game featuring Crispus Attucks from here in Indy. Jeffersonville's the other one, but Orleans representing Southern Indiana with class and certainly doing it the way that you wanted to see them do it here, to do this with class and to win this state championship the right way, the way Coach Bradley's taught them all these years.
Dogs are state champions. Again, want to thank all of our great sponsors for bringing us throughout the entire season and this tournament run with the Orleans. A big thank you as well to all of our great listeners for tuning in not only today but throughout the entire season. And again, the Dogs will be celebrating their first ever state champion. Your final today from Gamebridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis, the Class A state champions, the Orleans Bulldogs, as they defeat Clinton Prairie 64-55. The Dogs are the champions. For David Deaton, I'm Dave Dedrick. Thank you for tuning in. You've been listening to Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, Mix 95.3, and 96.9 WKLO.
Orleans Bulldogs basketball. State action brought to you by KFC of Paoli, the Dillon Scott Funeral Home, the Superburger, InFocus Eye Care, Riley Oil Company, Tucker Insurance Group, Riverview Farms, Springer and Springer Insurance, Orange County REMC, Reynolds Construction LLC, El Compadre Mexican Restaurant, Bender Lumber, Rutherford Custom Kitchens, Orange County Fiber, Orleans Auto, Kirby Hardware, and by Green Acres Ag Insurance.